Good afternoon, one and all. How are we? Very excited. I hope we are but 3 minutes away from the lineups being revealed. Say the lineups, mostly West Ham's lineup is mostly what concerns us. Although there is a little inkling about Jesse Lingard today. This could be very, very interesting. Will Solskjaer pull a funny one? And I don't mean pulling one of those funny ones. He certainly can't be doing that. Certainly not on the benches at the London Stadium. No. Will he pull a strange rabbit out of the hat and try and antagonise West Ham by throwing in the Jesse Lingard factor, which is only marginally better than the X factor? We've got an action-packed build-up show for you today. It's not really that action-packed. Let me tell you what will probably happen. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to be scrambling around trying to find the lineups for today's team. What are we going to do? What is going to be David Moyes' strikerless solution? And a little bit later on, because Gio's not here, I'm going to be scrambling around trying to work my mobile phone device, which is always something to be laughed at and to pour scorn into me over. Oh my word. So, okay, someone's telling me the audio is really bad. Is that so? I do apologise. My mic sounds funny. Okay, I'm trying to sort this out right now, folks. Apologies. This is not good at all. Right, okay, let me just have a look at the audio. The audio seems to be working okay. Thank you very, very much for telling me. I'm now hoping that you can hear me a lot better. I'll just wait for confirmation on that. I'm really pleased. Thank goodness I had the chat lined up. Just let me know that that's working properly, if you wouldn't mind. Yay! Fantastic. Thank you very much for everybody. Let me know early rather than let me go 10 minutes into this bloody broadcast with it all being wrong. Thank you. Excellent. Well done. It's funny, actually, at that point I was talking about quite how bad I would be at trying to do the match app, do the One Football app, and of course do the bet, and how bad I am in technology. I'm just demonstrating how bad I am with technology. Fantastic. Right. You can hear me. You can see me. Top golf. Thank you very much. Sexy man, sexy audio voice, which means if I scratch it, not that, if I scratch that, you can probably hear it. Hey, how are you, Sketch? Very manly today. Anyway, enough of such fun and frolics. A big, massive good afternoon to one and all. A little bit hurried today. I've just got off the what was I on? I was on the M1, then the M25, then just managed to get in just in time for the lineups. I think I've spent the first 3 minutes pissing around, basically, which should mean we have lineups on the One Football app. You can't see it. There's too much glare. Oh, I know what he's going to do. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what David Moyes' solution is? I'm just going to make sure that I'm sharing this with one and all. David Moyes' solution, it looks as if to play Vlasic. Okay, you want to hear it, don't you? Fabianski's in goal. That is interesting, right? So I think that means Areola plays in the League Cup game, right? Has to mean that Zuma's in. I've jumped the gun. I normally do the right back before the centre back. Vladimir Soufal rested. He had his feet up in the week. Fredericks played all right as well, didn't he? Let's be fair. Zuma is in, and his partner in Ogbonna. This is really, really good. I'm feeling quite positive, I've got to say. As because I've seen the rest of the team, I'll keep reading. Cresswell. So Declan Rice as captain, of course. Thomas, Big Sue Potato Salad Soucek in there. Pablo the Fornals, the Fornicator, El Fornicador. It's a long old name, isn't it? Has Ben Rama got a really nickname for Ben Rama? We'll deal with that. We'll work on that in a week. So Said Ben Rama's in. This is very, very good. Of course, Vlasic is in, and as is in one, Jim Bowen. It's Jared Bowen, but it's Jim Bowen. You might be too young. You might not know that reference. You might have to be a certain age. It's a bullseye reference, basically. Interesting. Bench, Areola, Fredericks, Dawson, Virgil van Dawson, Issa Diop, Arthur Masuaku, Arthur the Masseuse, Masuaku. Alex, I've not managed to get on a pitch yet. Crow, that can't be his long-term nickname, obviously. Mark Noble and Manuel Lanzini and Andre Yarmolenko. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That's what you want. One of those foreign commentators. Yarmolenko, go, 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 goal. I don't know if we'll see any of that today. Probably won't see him at all today. Anyway, yes, sorry, we probably should say, I've just seen it in a chat. Let's give a bit of love out to Jimmy Greaves, shall we? By the way, never saw him play myself. From what I hear, alongside our own Bobby Moore, of course, Greaves, he played for West Ham for a little while, didn't he? And George Best, Bobby Moore, Jimmy Greaves, George Best, at a time, were pretty much the three most famous footballers, possibly the three best footballers in the world. They were, that was exemplary, and great mates with Bobby Moore. If you've ever read any of the books or anything like that, massively, possibly Bobby Moore's best mate, Jimmy Greaves. So there we go. Very sad news, sad news. Wonderful, wonderful player, nice man, humble man, and a very, very funny man. Right, okay. So the team is okay. We now have our answer. We say we have our answer. We have our answer as to who the composition of the lineup. That still begs the question, of course, who's playing up front, or is anybody playing up front? I mean, this is interesting. It's certainly going to pull a little bit of a curveball in terms of, look, Solskjaer's going to get that lineup. I reckon Solskjaer's got the one football app. Do you reckon? Maybe he's watching this video, but he says he's going to get that lineup, and he's just not going to know, because I don't know if it's Vlasic, I don't know if it's Bowen, I don't know who it is at all. I just want to ask this. Frank's put this one up. Moyes said Benrahma was injured. Apparently, he let something slip last night, but well, he's not. And to be fair, we heard earlier on this morning that he wasn't. That being said, I've mentioned this many times before. I think we're going to have to start getting used to David Moyes. David Moyes is not beyond, I wouldn't call it mind games, but I don't put it past David Moyes to put out misinformation. He does it. He spent most of the transfer window doing it. David Moyes would have been fully aware that he had whatever we spent, 56 million, or whatever the case may be. He would have been aware that he had that money. It's not like David Sullivan said, oh, by the way, gave him a Christmas card or a birthday card, and then it was sort of 57 million. That's not what would happen. He would have known his budget going into the transfer window, but he chose to be a little bit sneaky, a little bit smoke and mirrors, and not tell anybody, and then even suggesting a couple of times that we possibly might not bring anybody in. So we know, we understand that David Moyes can put a bit of misinformation out there. So don't put it past him to make up a rumor about Benrahma just to make it, the team sheet, even more complicated, I guess, for when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets it. So I just seen who said this? This is Kevin. Hello, mate. By the way, long time no speak. He said Vlasic up front according to the West Ham United app. Yeah, look, I mean, I guess when you're looking at the formation, he's the one at the tip of the top of the screen, so to speak, or the tip of the diamond, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that being a completely fluid, interchangeable person who's in up top at front. Sometimes it might be Vlasic, sometimes Benrahma, sometimes Bowen, sometimes nobody. I'm aware of what I'm saying now. I wouldn't be surprised to see almost everybody in midfield at some point, and that's going to make it really, really difficult. And you've got to make it difficult for these teams as well. Speaking of which, I've done all that. I'll tell you what I haven't done. What about the Manchester United lineup? I think we need to have a look at that. So that's the lineups there. That's West Ham we've done. Let's have a look at Manchester United. Oh, blimey. Not very good. Oh, thank you, Charlie. David De Gea, Juan Bissaka, Raphael Varane, Raphael Maguire, Raphael Shaw, Raphael McTominay, Spanish and Scottish parents, Fred. Just Fred. But I bet he's quite annoyed, bearing in mind everyone's got such long names. Greenwood, Fernandez, Pogba, and Ronnie Rock and Roll Ronaldo. Unbelievable. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandez, Pogba, Ronaldo. Be a miracle, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be amazing to get something out of this game. It really would. Where's Doug? Cheeky old Doug. Hold on. Where is he? Thank you, Doug. Bless you, my friend. Sort of standard for Doug, this. It's a standard procedure. Doug, is very, very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. He says, going forward at the back against this United attack shows balls from Moyes. We can't say he's not going for it. I like, I would have put an additional defensive player in there. I'd have put Crowell in there, actually, as you might have heard if you tuned into the preview that we did. I wouldn't have blamed him for doing that, but to put the additional attacking player in there is really good. It's really good. If I have a little concern, well, there's more than a little concern. Look at that Manchester United team. It is magnificent. Let's be fair. Let's give them credit where it's due. There are world-class players in that team, and those that aren't world-class possibly got the capacity to be so. Luke Shaw, is he world-class? Maybe not, but I'll tell you what, he was one of the better players in the European Championships, wasn't he? Greenwood, world-class, and not yet. Might well turn out to be. A lot of the others certainly are. Wan-Bissaka, world-class? No, but a very, very good player. And McTominay's in there as well. So, I mean, they've got... that was a joke, by the way. I know he played really well against us last season, so I hope that doesn't come back and bite me on the arse. If McTominay scores, it ain't my fault, by the way. And do you know what? We're going to do such a ludicrous bet today. We're all going to be rich forever if it comes in. So, it won't matter, will it? It won't matter. Look, this can be tough. It's going to be tough, but if we can get something from it, it's going to be something very, very special. Are you nervous? I'd like to know that. We've got a chat. You can tell me if you're nervous or not. I wasn't until I read out their team. Now I am. Excuse me. Swig of tea. Talk amongst yourself for a second. Oh, I'll tell you what. The roads. The M1, the M25. The roads. Horrendous today. Even worse yesterday, actually. So, right. Okay. So, just in case you're just joining us, Oliver's terrified. I like that. I said, are you nervous? Terrified. All right, too. The West Ham lineup: Lucas Fabianski, Vladimir Sufal, Kurt Happy Zuma, Angelo Ogbonna, Aaron Kreswellovich, Declan Rice, Thomas Potato Salad Suchek, Vlasic. Well, it's Nikola Vlasic, isn't it? Saiben Rama, Fornicator, and Jared Bowen. Good team. We're happy with that team. And what else could we do? Look, there's no Antonio. We've got to do something else. The bench is strong as well. I think if Charlie flashes it up, great. If not, I might open up the app again and read it. I might. Oh, he's good. He's quick, Charlie. The bench is Areola, Fredericks, Dawson, Diop, Masuaku, Krau, Noble, Azili, Yarmolenko. I didn't know if that was going to tick a tape for a second time. It's there. It's there for a second time, so you can read it. It's a lot of people turn around in these videos and say, do you know what the team is yet? And they come in like, Charlie displays it across the bottom. Look, it's all there. Not his bottom. You know, wouldn't it be funny if every time West Ham are about to play, Charlie displayed the team, got it tattooed on his bottom? It's basically mostly ink by now, wouldn't it? The whole of the bottom. Actually, that's wrong. The whole of the... you don't want to mention holes and bottoms at the same time, do you? Anyway, moving swiftly on. Who fancies a little bet? Do you fancy a bet? Can we have something quite ridiculous? Can you help me out? Because normally Gio does it. I mean, I want a ridiculous bet. All right. I mean, I don't have. Do you remember I had to deposit some money into my account? Right. Basically, I've got 30 pence in here. Right. I've got 30 pence. We're going to make a ridiculous bet. We're going on to Bet365 and we're going Bet Builder. You help me out. I want a precise scoreline. Start typing it in, the scoreline. It's got to be West Ham win. All right. Nothing too ridiculous. Don't go 5-0 because it ain't going to happen. What I want to get is a couple of score lines on there that match one another. And then we will put that in. I'm going to want a goal scorer. But I also think what we do is, so the scoreline's got to be Okay, so we've already got a couple of 2-1s, or we've got some 3-1s. Let's see what happens there. 4-1. I want Man United to score because I'm going to put McTominay in to score, only because. So we want him to score because I've already slagged him off a bit, if you know what I mean. So start building. Hold on, I've got to swap my glasses. So it goes when you're old and blind. Right, there we go. Player to score. Right, so we'll put a bit of McTominay in. There's no point. I want someone weird for us to score as well, by the way. All right, basically, Antonio would be funny, wouldn't it? Right, okay. Scott McTominay to score anytime is 7-1. That's a good, that's really good. Okay, someone for us. Zuma to score for us. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you very much, Lewis. Is he on here? We've got to have a bit of Zuma. There he is. Oh, are you joking? That's already at 95-1. So that's added to the bet. Okay, let me just scroll through these scores. Whilst I'm looking through these scores, if you don't mind, please, Hammers Chat live chatterers and subscribers, would you be so kind as to supply me with someone to get a card, please? I think out of those scorelines, I think I'm going to go with the 3-1. All right, for the moment, I'm going to go with the 3-1. It's not a result, is it? It's scoreline. Scoreline. Yeah, no, that's not. We don't want it. We don't want result. We definitely don't want result. Well, player cards. We need player cards. Throw-ins. Score. Score. West Ham. Oh my word! It's already at 1,000-1. Let's keep it going. We're gonna have a card. Okay, Varane's good. Lingard goal. Foul card. Foul card. Where's Saigon? Sorry, Spencer. Beg your pardon. Didn't mean that. No, wrong one again. Great with technology. Right. Foul card. That's not a bad one. I don't know what the odds will be for that. So let me just have a look. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's got to be done right. That takes it to 5,000-1. 5,000-1. I'll bet. All right. So I'm going to go and click on that, which is Scott McTominay to score any time in the match. Kurt Zuma to score any time in the match. It's a bet 365. Full-time score will be West Ham 3, Manchester United 1. And, oh, no, sorry. No, sorry. Scrap that. That's Vladimir Sufal to be sent off. We didn't want that. I am sorry. I beg your pardon. Player card. Oh, wow. I do beg your pardon. It all got very, very funky then. Oh, it's still 5,000-1 just for me to get a card. Okay. Have you got that? Do we all understand what is going on there? Okay, that's your bet builder. So foul to be booked. West Ham to win 3-1. Zuma to score any time in the match. Scott McTominay to score any time in the match. To win, it's not going to be... Anyway, whatever it be, I'm going to put the 30 pence on. I might put another 10 pence on for myself, you know. What are we going to put on for this? Let's see. I would just, you know what? I would just, in a style of Sean Connery, I would like you to type Vlasic plays tennis. But it's got to be with the S and the H. Vlasic plays tennis. All right? What do they say? What time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon? Tennis. There we go. Right. Done. Add to bet slip. Yes, please. Set stake. Set stake? Makes me hungry. Whenever I read that, it always makes me hungry. Okay. Well, that's done, isn't it? Done. Place bet. Sorted. That's $1.5 grand. So, Vlasic plays tennis. If that bet comes in, one of you lots winning $1.5 grand. Not bad, is it? That'd be good. That'd be good. I'll tell you what, though. I'll take your own 30 pence and stick it on there, because I'll tell you what, if it comes in, you'll be absolutely gutted. Although, there is another theory, which is never bet on any bet that I tell you. Where's my other glasses? Where you gone? Ah, there you are. Anyway, um, excited about today. It has to be said. So I think it's on Sky. It's on Sky. So obviously 2 p.m. kickoff. Imagine if it wasn't. Imagine if I started this early and it was actually the 7 p.m. kickoff or something like that. Yeah, you're all right. If people are joining for the first time and they're wondering why everyone's typing flashish, plage, tennish, then it's because we're all a bit weird, really, over on this channel. Okay, man of the match. We need man of the match performances from a lot of our players. Zuma and Ogbonna certainly got to have big games. Um, Looking at the Manchester United lineup, it's quite hard. As I say, it's hard to believe what our formation's going to be. Looking at theirs, will Ronaldo play up front on his own? I'm not sure. Will Greenwood play on the right? There'll be a certain amount of interchange in between the two, that's for sure. I mean, it's got here that Pogba's playing left midfield. Will he? Yeah, a bit. Maybe he might start there, but he's not gonna finish up there, is he? I think we know what the back four are doing. So can we occupy? I think the question is Pogba gonna drop in and help out Fred and McTominay because he's going to have to, because otherwise we are going to outnumber them. Yes. Thanks for that, Frank. Yes. Someone asked what the app was. No, sorry, oh blimey. There you go. Someone asked what the app was. Frank says Bet365. If you put those together, it's something called the Bet Builder. How are we going to outnumber them? What are we going to do? I was actually looking earlier on and saying, well, which players are we going to pick up? Which players are Man United going to pick up? There's not going to be a striker for Maguire or Varane to mark. But actually, you look at this team, I think, who are we going to mark? I don't know. Again, I like this. Vlasic, Place, Tennis, 007. I like that. We like that. There we go. It's a whopper of a bet. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if all of us here, and it came in, and we're all flush. We'd have a good week, wouldn't we? We'd all have a good week. Tell you what, wouldn't be pot noodles this week. Oh no. I'd be able to have the roast beef with a horseradish up at the Golden Retriever, which is the low. I don't mean a Golden Retriever. I'm not eating a roast dinner off a Golden Retriever. It's the name of the pub. Very nice pub. Lovely grub there. Absolutely lovely grub. Okay, let's have a little talk about this. Dougie says Areola should be getting a game. Yes, but let's just, and I think he will, Dougie. I think he will. But Fabianski has just had talking about golden retrievers. Fabianski has just had 2 clean sheets. So let's get that right. I think he does deserve to retain his place. Weak point is Fred and Pogba. Pogba quite often don't turn up. Yeah, I mean, one of those frustrating players, isn't he? If I guess if you're French or you're a Man United fan, all the talent in the world, probably should be the world's best player, but he ain't, is he? He's got all the talent to be, that's for sure. As a West Ham fan from Scotland, it's the biggest game for me because all my mates are Man U fans. Really? Sorry, not in Scotland. You're from Scotland, but your mates down here. Yeah, you don't have any Man United fans in Scotland, do you, Carl? Surely. What's this saying? Horseradish, actually, money penny. Quite right too. Anyway, that's enough of that. What do you do behind closed doors? What's your business? This is my business now, mate. This is literally what we do. We do videos. This is it. My business collapsed over COVID. Yeah, the plumbing was I was a bathroom fitter. That went well, just like a lot of businesses did, didn't it? So, yeah, this is basically what we do now. If you want to support Hammers Chat, by the way, you can do so there'll be a link underneath. It will say Patreon/Hammers Chat. It might not be a link underneath, by the way. I might not put it up there yet. I was in a bit of a rush. But you can support Hammers Chat by pledging up to, you can pledge up to £14.99 a month or £3.50 a month. I think it works out about just under £4 after you've paid the VAT on there. And what you do is you unlock discounts at our shop. You unlock additional content, additional videos, more videos than just this. So, for instance, after this show after it's finished today, I'll do a review on here. Then afterwards, we'll be doing a player ratings video, which will be on our Patreon channel. So, and that is eligible for whatever tier you're on Patreon. So, yes, this is basically what we do for a living. And as Lee, who is a long-time supporter of the channels and has got one of the best avatars with his Del Boy one, says hit the like button. So, yeah, we always like a bit of... Don't hit it. I've got to be honest with you. So if you've got a like button and it's on your laptop or your phone, don't hit it. Just press it, okay? Otherwise, quite expensive phones nowadays. It may well be a hit that costs you about 800 quid if you break your iPhone. Is that how much they cost? I don't know. I'm due an upgrade on my phone soon. I'm not sure whether to go for it or not. Let's have a look at. Let's answer this. Who's going to take the penalty if we get it? It says Rich Mushroom Man. Who is the greatest of all the superheroes, isn't he? Mushroom Man. He's a really fun guy. Anyway, bad joke. Well, sort of. Good joke, really. Who's going to take the penalties? I reckon Rice will take it. I do. I think we're dealing with a very, very confident player there. Thumbs up. Many thumbs up from Frank. Yes, and this is exactly what I think. That's what I think, Evan, as well. Okay, right. So what are we feeling? We've had some scorelines for the bet. Let's have some other opinions. So I can put some stuff up on the screen. Let's have some scorelines. What do you think is going to happen in this match? I mean, this is still a good season. We can afford to lose this one, but we don't want to lose it. Actually, you know what I want to know? I want to know if you're confident, actually. Do you think we can get something from this? And is our confidence, because I do. I think we can get something from this game. I really do. Sorry, let me just pop that up. My pinball channel is called Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama. Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama. Anyone wants to subscribe to that, you're more than welcome. That helps me out massively, I can tell you. It's on YouTube, obviously. Right, let's deal with this. 1-1. De Pablo. I like that. I like that name as well. Here, Gonzo, what do you think of Vlasic starting up top? I'm not sure he does, JJ. I'm not sure he does, mate. 2-2. So people are already... Is this true? Is this true about this? No, sorry, not that. So Sky, I think it was Tim that said it. Sorry, it's disappeared now, is it? I think. Sky predicted 2-1 Hammers win. Really? Interesting. Bowen and Vlasic to get off the mark. I mean, you may well find it's Bowen up front. Sorry, just go back to the previous question. Might well find it's Vlasic. I think they'll interchange. I really, really do. Paul says, unfortunately, 2-1 to them. I mean, they should win, and they ought to win. They really should. And Neil says 1-1. Better Half says 3-1. Obviously, 1-3, which is obviously Manchester United to win. 3-1. James 6-5. Wow, that would be a humdinger, wouldn't it? I mean, if it is 3-3, JJ, I'll tell you what, people have got it wrong. This is, I want to read this out here. Lee says, we turned them over last time. What a performance. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. London is current blue, Overland NC. Is anyone there watching this, by the way? Why would you? I guess you'd be having a drink and getting ready to get into your seats. I always wondered if anyone's at the game that's watching. And, you know, maybe sneakily on their phone. Has a bit of Hammers chat just before. Oh, okay. My first time going up to Park was 73. All kicks off against Man U. I got caught nicking West Ham matches in Selfridges and spent a day in a nick. I never made it to the match. That's a proper story. That is a proper story. Michael, who I believe, well, he was in Tenerife. I don't know if he still is. We go 6-0 up. A horse runs onto the pitch wearing a Man City shirt. Ronaldo tackles him and rustles him to the ground. The game is abandoned due to horseplay. Nay, I don't think that'll happen. 18-0. There's an even more silly scoreline I saw. Okay, feeling positive. We have every reason to. Hope Vlasic up top for the best part. Hope we have legs in the middle of the park after midweek. Well, yes, so do I. I think we possibly will. Don't forget they've also played. You know, and we do have substitutes. We've got players to come off the bench, you know, and I think he probably will. He's going to have to use his bench more often than he's used to doing, and more often than he did do certainly at points last season. But I think he will. I think he'll look on a bench and think there's players there. I think if he sees Souček getting tired, he's going to look and think, okay, Kral's there. I will bring him on. I do wonder how much of that of him bringing Noble on was that the game was comfortable and that it was a chance to give Noble a run out in Europe. As a out of loyalty and whatnot. Greetings from Norway to you, G. Excellent. Excellent. I love Norway, by the way. Used to go to a place called Bergen all the time. Love it up there. Ronaldo sent off for being naughty. Sorry, I don't want to swear because what happens is if sometimes if you swear on this, they could take a little bit of a while to sort of submit your video and stuff like that. It takes a little bit long processing because they wonder what other naughtiness is involved. So we tend to hint at the naughtiness rather than say the naughtiness. Gonzo, you think we'll get a nice cheeky back pass assist from Lingard? It's going to be really interesting, the Lingard one. I take it he's on the bench. I haven't read out the bench, to be honest. I take it he's on the bench. RIP Jimmy Greaves, absolutely JJ. We did speak about him briefly at the start of the video. Fabianski to score a hat-trick. Maybe we should have put that in the bet. Oh, that bet. Honestly, I'm spending me money already. Basically, I'm spending me money. I did a 60p one in the end. £1.5 for you, £1.5 for me. Everyone's a winner. Well, not everyone's a winner. One of you would be a winner. I've already spent it in my mind. Nice. I could do with that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? This is the thing, isn't it? Lingard will score, no doubt. I mean, it's in the old West Ham, it's written in the stars. In the new modern Moisey West Ham, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. It said, sorry, West Ham fans, my CV must have been delayed for 6 months on the swearing in front of them. I don't know that it's not that they delayed, that YouTube delayed them so much. It's just the processing. There's this whole, to bore you silly, when you submit a video, this whole, you have to fill out this questionnaire. Is there swearing? Is it mild swearing? Is it medium swearing? Is it how you measure such things? I don't know. Is the swearing within the first 30 seconds of your video? It's just quite a lot to it. It's not that the video will get banned, but there's a lot to it. I just prefer to go bang, 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 bang. There's this one button that you can just press, basically saying none of the above. It's fine. It's basically saying I've not sworn, I've not pulled my trousers down during the video. It's fine. If your toddler crawls up to your iPad and presses play, or you've got this video playing in the background while the kids are still up and not in bed, it's fine. There's going to be nothing offensive on there. So that's why we do it. And also, to be fair, before I was in the man cave, I used to record a lot of videos down the house. So I would have got a right clip round the ear because I used to record videos under the stairs, but you could still hear me. I think if I'd have been turning the air blue in there, then I would have got told off. So the kids are around, so I didn't. I just tended not to. There we go. I can, though. By the way, I can, as anybody that knows me will testify. A Ronaldo shutout would do very nicely. Yeah, I mean, let's hope it's not the Ronaldo show. Only on Patreon. Only on Patreon, and that's for the top tier. The addicts get the nakeds, or get the naked version. They don't stay signed up as Patreon for very long, to be honest with you. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I would just make sure you get it in there quite quickly. You don't want to run over and miss the kickoff, which is on it's on Sky, because afterwards, of course, you got Tottenham, Chelsea. Not that you're bothered. We don't want to watch. Actually, I bet some people want to watch it. I might even watch it myself. Having said that, I think when it starts, we'll still be doing videos on here. Then I might have a sleep on the sofa. And there's no better way than getting to sleep on the sofa than watching Tottenham and Chelsea play football, which would be really nice. Luke's going to the toilet. Now, I don't know how it's come to this. There we go. So, I'm going to go for the tea one more time. 2 seconds. It's colder than it was, I've got to say, the tea. Right. Hold on. Let me read. Do YouTube care about... No. They don't know. The algorithms can't pick it up. Can they? So yeah, I mean, it's a safe. I think it's relatively safe. I wouldn't know it. It's too subtle. And even if so, you just turn it to you'd turn it. You'd make another innuendo about something else, wouldn't you? Well, I would. I would anyway. Okay. So just to recap, before we switch over to Charlie, who's going to come in and take you all through the watch along. By the way, it will be a very, very good watch along. Well, I hope we might all be depressed. Fabianski in goal, Vladimir Sufal, Kurt Happy Zuma, that is his middle name, by the way, Angelo Ogbonna, Aaron Kreswelovich, Declan Rice, Thomas Potato Salad Suchek, Nikola Vlasic, Said Ben Rama, the Fornicator, and Jared Bowen make up the West Ham lineup. They are facing I do like the way my phone is reminding me that I don't know if you can see that. My phone is basically reminding me. I know. It's reminding me about West Ham, Man United. I know, phone. I know. It's like my phone tells me what the weather is, where I am. You know, I know. I know. It tells me the bleeding obvious. But the funny thing is, I've got this face recognition. It seems to think it knows everything about where I am. It doesn't recognise me. My own phone don't recognise me. Don't recognise me. Don't recognise my fingerprint. My phone thinks I'm an imposter. Wish I'd never stolen it. Anyway, where's the team? There it is. Man United team. David Zakaya. Said that wrong, didn't I? David De Gea. De Gea. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Raphael Varane. I don't know why I said Wan-Bissaka like that. Harold Maguire. Luke Shaw. Scott, the goal scorer, McTominay. Boring old Fred. It's a squirrel outside. The squirrel is not playing in the Man United team. Mason Greenwood. I don't know Fernandez's first name. We're not mates. I don't know. Fernandez. Unlikely to be his first name, isn't it? Fernandez. If your surname was Fernandez, you probably wouldn't call your son Fernandez. Although, I've got to be careful here. I do know somebody called Brian who called both of his sons Brian. I'm serious. I'm serious. He had two sons and he called them both Brian. Anyway, I hope he doesn't ever. He shouldn't do. He doesn't support West Ham. It'd kill me. He really will, and he really could very easily. Paul Pogba is called Paul Pogba. He's playing, and of course Cristiano, Peter Panovic, never gets old. The fountain of eternal youth, Ronnie Ronaldo. Those are the teams. Eh? Those are the teams. It's exactly. I'm Brian, and so's my wife. Yeah. The worst thing I did was we were when he told me first that he'd named his son Brian and then his other son Brian. I laughed because I thought he was joking. I thought it was a joke, and he said, "What? What? Nothing. Just nothing." There you go. Maybe there's nothing wrong with it at all. Anyway, we've got our very own Brian waiting backstage in the green room with a green top. Brian, come in.
I mean, I'll take the name Brian. I quite like the name Brian. I think it's all right.
But you wouldn't name both your children Brian if you were called
I
Brian.
wouldn't name both my children Brian, but I don't think it's an enjoyable name. It's an enjoyable name.
It is. When we left, I say left. This conversation happened in a cafe at about 7 o'clock in the morning in London, and I got in the van with the guy I was working with, and I said, a bit weird, wasn't it? The old Brian show, and he said, he said, I wonder if he's got a daughter, and he's called her Bryony. There you go.
Sure. Fair.
How are you?
I mean, look, naming both is a bit extreme. That's a little bit extreme. I enjoyed the name as much as the next person, but I wouldn't name both my children the same. It's like Jermaine Jackson calling his daughter or son Your Majesty, or Will Smith calling his daughter Willow Smith. Do you know what I mean? It's like I probably wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. And then what's Will Smith's wife called?
Jada Pinkett.
That's it. And his
good-looking
son's Jaden.
lady. Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
They have a
Good
son and
looking
a daughter,
lady.
and the
A
daughter's
good
named after
choice
the
of
guy.
wife, Charlie. A good choice of wife, I've got to
She's
say.
really good in Gotham, the Batman show, which is a very Charlie Walsh thing to have said out loud, but it's true. She is very good at it. She's one of the best people in that show, I feel like. But you know,
if I was Will Smith, I would have chosen a wife like that.
yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, well yeah, a top quality one. Not like
I mean, she has her own podcast as well, so she's going strong. You know what I mean? She's out here doing bits. She's got an acting career. She's got a podcast. He just sort of bops around doing stuff. You know,
yeah,
you'd love
but
to
it's like
see
your
it.
Ferrari. That's like your Ferrari of wives, isn't it? But he's a Ferrari himself. I'm more your your sort of 10-year-old 1.6 TDI Skoda of a really. That's the sort of showroom I'm shopping in, if you know what I mean.
Sure. That's it. I mean, it's a fun car.
It's a nice car. It gets you from A to B. It's a steady run around. And I should probably stop it there. Stop with the. I will stop. In fact, how you feeling about the team?
I'm happy with our side. I think that's the strongest team we could possibly put out. Theirs was always going to be scary. I think
Yes.
I think what I've been impressed by with Moyes this season is that, first of all, shout out to Michael Rosato. $5. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. What I've been impressed by with Moyes this season is that he has actually changed up the formula a lot of time last season and before. My biggest criticism of David Moyes was the fact that we would always stick to this like all-out counter-attacking system despite the opposition. So even when it was against a team who would sit deep, we would still be all out counter-attacking. There would be no straying from that formula. But we've strayed from that formula a lot this season. We've shown that we can do stuff differently. So to see us go up against this Man United team, I should be very scared, and I still am. I'm not going to sit here acting like I'm Billy Big Bollocks confident, right? But at the same time, I feel like we could have something a little bit. We have something here. We don't come into this with no chance. 2 seasons ago, we would look at this and we'd look at that Man United team and we'd be like, we are done for. We are utterly done for. Whereas here, I'm thinking, do you know what? There is an opportunity. We get a result here, and that's a huge compliment, even if we don't have a striker.
No, no, I'm not completely negative about it at all. Michael is from South Florida. Have you ever been to South Florida?
I haven't. The only place in America I've been to is New York. I've never been anywhere else.
Well, South Florida is it's in Florida to start with. You should probably know.
I've heard it's in the southern part of it as well.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
When I went there, and I got off a boat in Fort Lauderdale, and we drove for a bit, and we were going around someone's house, and we stopped. We couldn't sort of find it. And like you go down a road in this country, and there's like where the pavement or the sidewalk, as you might say in the States, and you've got the roads and you've got like the pavement bit, and then you might have a little bit of grass verge or something like that. Doesn't actually belong to anyone. It's sort of it's state territory. Just whatever. It could be it can be 5 or 6 meter square grass verge, right? So I'm there, and we've stopped off. And where they had grass verges, there were these signs up saying, please don't feed the alligators. And I jest you not, right? I was basically stood on the street. I was stood on the road. I was stood on the pavement. And it was just these little like chicken wire fence just around this little grass verge. There was just like this little these ponds in there. And there was a frigging alligator in there. Yeah. But I thought, there was an actual real alligator 2 or 3 meters away from me, looking at me. But funny, he looked at me funny as well, with a funny look in his eye, sinister looking. That's it. Can't believe it.
That's what I get. But like from certain people who, when I walk into Morrison's and I see them, it's funny looks, just dangerous, scary, big stay away vibes.
Any big reptiles in North London?
Oh, listen, plenty. There was that story that it was fake in the end, but there was that story that broke on Twitter like a month ago or 2 months ago. The one that trended, the one which was someone in North London's flat had been like something had happened and 72 snakes had escaped from the flat. And and there was an evening where everyone was going around talking about the snakes. It ended up not being true. There was just an accident and some police had to turn up or something. But yeah, there was a good chance there were 72 snakes just loose in the Finsbury Park area at one point. It wasn't true in the end, unfortunately.
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. Anyway, there you go. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you now. I've now told everybody that I've seen an alligator, and you're going to talk about accountancy. What more? How much better does it get on Hammer's Chat? I'll catch up with you later, my friend.
Cool. Cheers. Thank you, Gonzo. And thank you, Stuart Morris Accountants. They're based in Ilford. West Ham fans hooked us up. That's why we talk about them all the time. And they're just real good. They're just real good. You need personal finance. You need business finance. They can do it for you. They are very, very good. I highly recommend them. Stuart Morris Accountants. Big boys doing big bits. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the West Ham United versus Manchester United watch along here in the Barclays Premier League. Is it still Barclays? I genuinely haven't been paying attention. That's how little I've been paying attention. I don't know. But welcome. West Ham United, unbeaten so far in just the season in general, coming off an amazing result in Europe. I hope you enjoyed it if you watched it. If you were here for the watch along, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Go up against probably their biggest opposition, and that's Manchester United, a very, very strong Manchester United team. But as I was just saying, I think we've got it in us a little bit to do something today. You know, how confident am I? I don't know, but I feel like we're going to answer that question. Thank you very much for joining us. It is the watch along, the Hammers Chat watch along. If you're spending your match day with us, we appreciate it a lot. We are, of course, live every single match day. I am live doing a watch along every single match day without fail. All the way through from the beginning of the game, just before, all the way through till full time, where we pass off to a live review. Today it'll be Gonzo. They'll put that link in the live chat, so you don't have to do anything at all. You just click on it, you move over there. What a grand old time to be had. We're here every single time, so I appreciate you for coming. Afternoon, Duvet Dancer, good to see you, my friend. Nate Red, good to see you. Hope you're well. Harry Hans Harry, good to see you. And Charlie, we trust. Thank you, Stevie C. I wouldn't put too much of your trust in me, but still. Listen, are we priming ourselves to take over from Attenborough? I feel like we could do it. And here we are in the natural habitat of Charlie Walsh, ordering 6 chicken nuggets and a chocolate milkshake. Do you know what I mean? I think we could do it. Guys, I could probably do a banging Attenborough impression as well, to be fair. Leonardo, good to see you. What are your thoughts on Fabianski in goal? Areola not starting really surprised me. It surprised me too, so let's go. Pronounced knackered. That makes more sense. That does make more sense. I'll stick with that because that does make significantly more sense than Nate Red. I'm knackered, as you can probably tell from the accent of my eyes. Well, let's go through the lineups, right? Because I think that's an interesting place to start. West Ham lineup as such: Fabianski in goal, Kufau, Zuma, Ogbono, Cresswell in defence, Rice and Souček in midfield, Vlasic, Benrahma, Fornals, and Bowen. There's been a lot of talk about who's starting up front. I would suspect Jared Bowen be the person to take up that mantle, but to be supported by the rest of them, of course. But I do think you're going to see Jared Bowen more often than not in that role, seeing as he just has played there before under David Moyes. With Manchester United lining up with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Shaw, and midfield, Fred, McTominay, Pogba, Fernandes, Greenwood, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Again, the benches, just in case you haven't seen them. Areola, which is what we're going to talk about. Fredericks, Dawson, Diop, Masuaku, Krau, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, and Man United's bench. Heaton, Baye, Delort, Lingard, Mata, Matic, Van de Beek, Martial, and Jadon Sancho. So, people, let's one. Right, this is. I need your help with this one, chat. I want to get your vibes. One is I would have started Fabianski. 2 is I would have started Areola today. Get in the live chat what you think. 1 or 2, Areola or Fabianski. 1 is Fabianski. 2 is Areola. I would say this. I'm surprised he has gone with Fabianski to an extent, because you feel like at some stage you have to play Areola. At some stage he's going to come in, right? And now I guess we're looking at it and saying he's going to come in and play the League Cup game because he sort of has to. If we take the last game, if we take Europe out of it and what we will expect it to happen in goal there, am I as shocked? I don't know. I mean, given the fact that in reality, Fabianski's probably the goalkeeper he trusts more, David Moyes, then you have to say, well, it makes sense that in the biggest game we've had so far this season, against the most difficult opposition we've had so far this season, he puts the guy he trusts the most in goal. It kind of makes sense, but it's more shocking to me the idea that Fabianski starts just because Areola hasn't yet, and we all expected it, right? He has to do it in the cup now, I guess, right? I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe he doesn't do it in the cup as well. As Mark says here, Fab, Areola, and Kral to start in the cup would be interesting. I think Bowen will be a nightmare for their defense, says Carl Collins. He doesn't stop, and that's what we need. It's a chance to put his mark on a team. And he's been playing well, to be fair, this season. He's stepped up a gear this season, I felt like. So I'm not against him being the guy who takes up that mantle, actually. In fact, out of everyone, I probably would have chosen him for this game. Rowan says, have you ever heard of Flamengo? Do you know any other players? I have. My dad supported them. Well, I say supported them. My dad went to Brazil, has been... He was one to go to Brazil, let's say. He frequented Brazil, but he had Flamengo shirts and stuff. So, yes, I don't know any of their players currently. But that black and red is a beautiful kit. I would have started Fabianski, Fab. West Ham should get some big Sam fouling tactics going against Bruno. I wouldn't be against it, P-Ads, at all. I would not be against it. Madman of York says, in Moyes we trust, and in Charlie we trust. List or we thrust. You know, I'm fine with it. Divo Karigi, how's the EFL? Okay. The English Football League? Yeah, I suspect it's all right. You'd have to look. I haven't been checking the tables, mate. I haven't been checking the tables, but let me know. You let me know. Have a look at the tables and give me a swift update. You know what I mean? Give me a swift update. You can rest Fab after 2 clean sheets, says Glenn. Glenn, I love that confidence from you. Again, we'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, the other thing to say about this game is, like, we have put out the strongest lineup we possibly can, in my opinion. I mean, you're saying out of everyone, like, Zuma coming in, like, is, like, still a slightly unknown quantity for West Ham, but everyone suspects him to end up being better than Dawson in the long run anyway, unsurprisingly. So that's probably the strongest person you could put in that position. And then putting Vlasic in, again, like, we know what Lanzini can do, Yarmolenko can do. Vlasic is someone who has been... He was excited against Southampton in the short amount of time he got. I thought he was all right against Zagreb. I don't think he was the best player by any stretch of imagination, but certainly had his moments. We're expecting a lot from him, getting him in as well. I think this is probably the strongest, most exciting team you could play against this incredibly strong Man United team. So, all things Leeds. Ed, hello. Good to see you. A up, Charlie. Not football related, but AEW Dynamite and Rampage card for next week gives me a hard... I know, they are insane. I'm thinking of doing a watch along on my wrestling channel now. I've actually got all my other projects out of the way, so I can actually focus on doing it. A-top mark. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. But if you haven't subscribed to Ed already, All Things Leeds is a great Leeds channel. Definitely go check it out. There's a lot of things going on at Leeds at the moment, so I would say go over there, give him a cheeky sub if you're looking for that sort of stuff. Please bear in mind that Ronaldo has never played it in the LS. He hasn't. Last time, correct me if I'm wrong, but was the last time Ronaldo faced West Ham when he missed that penalty? Was that the last time? I seem to remember him missing it. It was either that. That might have been the last time he played at Upton Park. Was it Upton Park he missed that penalty? I think he might have. I don't know. Better, smarter people than me in the channel, man. How do you think Yarmolenko feels that he's on the bench when he's our only striker fit? Right. I mean, Yarmolenko has been very clear that he's not been in the sort of plans for a long time. You know, it's been very clear for a long time that he's not in the first choice plans. So, to be honest with you, the fact that we haven't heard any sort of rumblings about him being in sort of some discontent or unhappy or anything like that probably says a lot about Yarmolenko's character. So, the idea that he would be unhappy about not starting, I don't know. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. He might be frustrated, certainly. Maybe not even that it's the striker, but just that. We played in Europe. There was no chance. We played today. There's no chance. You know, there's a lot of games coming. If he doesn't play again in the League Cup, maybe he'd be slightly frustrated. But before that, I don't know. We'll see. Fred says give Vlasic a go as the centre forward, switch up against Manchester United. It'll be interesting to see what happens in that role specifically. I suspect it will be Jared Bowen. I would put my money on Jared Bowen, given the fact that Moyes has used him up front before. I suspect that's just what's going to happen. in preseason he was putting Bowen up front, and that was sort of when I suspected, knew he probably wouldn't be getting a striker. So I think it will be Jared Bowen. But hey, if Vlasic is the guy who ends up being up there, I'm not exactly gonna be against that in any way, shape, or form. Not exactly gonna be against that in any way, shape, or form. He might leave in January. He might do. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's a shame the way Yarmolenko has worked out, because I think he's had some very important games for us and some very important moments, but clearly not exactly what we expected when we signed him. He's been a servant nevertheless and done some big things, but yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. Jeffrey says, for those of you who don't know, Charlie Walsh is a legendary wrestler in his own right. He's taken 100 of chat with the utmost class. I'd like to think so. Although sometimes when I'm tired and it's the first person of the day, it is just pure aggression, which is never a fun thing. But I've also realized the other day that I'm probably just going to get beaten up at some point, aren't I? Top 4 grabbed all the transfer headlines, but West Ham has done to me done the best business in the last 2 years. I'll tell you what, Luke, you're not wrong. We've certainly done incredible bits, and I think despite the striker, which is the obvious glaring hole, outside of that, we're looking pretty flipping good. You have to respect it, and we've done some really, the business we have done is like this summer, all of the players we signed, I thought all the business was perfect. Like if we got a striker in, that would have been the perfect window, but the individual deals were brilliant. I love each of them, and I'm very, very happy. Lee says, thanks Charlie, gonna watch the match. Come on, you Irons, let's have it. Irons. Thank you very much for coming, Lee, and everyone. Listen, if you're off to watch the match, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming at all. If you're sticking around, hey, thank you very much. We're going to have a grand old time. Remember that I am live from now all the way in through till full time. That includes halftime. So if you want some halftime analysis on a West Ham front, you got me involved. Gonzo might be getting involved. It might be a grand old time there. So we'll have that for you. And then, of course, at full time, remember, Gonzo will be live doing a review. If you're on this video, I will put the link in the chat for you to click and go over and enjoy that to the fullest extent. And if you're not, remember to come back and click on the channel, check your sub box, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new around here, like the video if you're enjoying it, all of that good stuff. We are flying at the moment. And hey, patreon.com/HammersChat is a thing you can think about as well. But yeah, come get involved, guys. Come get involved, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We are just over 5 minutes away from kickoff. Just over 5 minutes away from kickoff now. And we're getting to that stage where we need to ask the question. Are you confident? 1 to 10. 1 being I am not confident at all. 10 being I'm the most confident possible. Are you confident West Ham getting a result today against Manchester United? Let me know in chat. All things lead. You don't need a striker. You've got Antonio. He's unfortunately going to bag 5 against us next week probably. The thing is I don't disagree that we don't need a first team striker necessarily or first choice striker, but we do definitely need a backup. That's the bigger problem. And like, let's be real. Antonio's injury prone. He got sent off the other week, which is rare for him, but he still got sent off. And that puts us in a whole heap of trouble. And we've got a lot of games this season. So I think that's why we need a striker. Not necessarily someone to take over from Antonio, although again, he's also like in his 30s at this point. So we need to start thinking about that. But it is what it is. Let's have a look at some of these. 6, 8, 326. There might have been a point in there, but even then it still could be 32.6. 3, 7, 5, 7 is a free hit for us. That's a good point, Frank, to be fair. That is a good, solid point. 10, 7, we believe in Moisey. 10, solid 6. 5 minutes, come on, says Fred. Come on, we're almost there. 5.5. 8, says Schizo. Schizo, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. 5. Thomas wants to know breast or the bunda. I don't know, Thomas. I don't know. I'll come back to me on that. Let me have a little think. I don't have an instant reaction, which probably. Listen, we'll see. 6, I think we can expose them on a counter-attack. If we had Antonio, I'd be much more confident. That's very fair. 5.5. Man United fans are giddy that we're missing Antonio, as they should be. I have a sneaky feeling. I have a feeling of a sneaky win on the card, says Liam. I don't think you're wrong there, Liam. I don't think you're wrong. 8. How confident that is, Charlie. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Very incorrect, but I appreciate it. If Flashit scores 3, does Antonio get back in? Says Hammers Down Under. I'm loving this kind of like forward thinking grabbing. I'm gonna say. So I'm still just seeing the word bunda, and it's making me very happy. I'm gonna say he would get back in, yes, but I doubt that's gonna happen. All things Leeds scum. West Ham United. Listen. We can all cross our fingers and think about that. We can all cross our fingers. Thank you, Schizo. Again, you're a liar, but I appreciate it. But I'm glad you're well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just over 2.5 minutes away from kickoff. Now, let's get those final score predictions. You've seen the teams. West Ham line up with Fabianski Kufau, Zuma Ogbonna Cresswell, Rice Suchek, Vlasic Benrahma Fornals, and Jared Bowen, whereas Manchester United line up with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Shaw, Fred McTominay, Pogba, Fernandez, Greenwood, and Ronaldo. You've seen the two teams. Let me know what you think the score predictions are. My stomach just fought me there in a weird way. I apologize. Pardon me. And once more, if you are looking, it's just attacking me. I'm sorry. If you're looking for a stream, remember, link in the Discord below. Click it, join it. It's free to join. Lovely people over there. You can just have a look there. Stream links. There's a thing there. We are live on, I think, Sky Sports today. I believe. I think we're on Sky Sports Premier League. That's a good point. I should check on my phone right now. How many oranges out already? Says Hammers Down Under. We have 2, but I've been told medically I need to stop doing it because not this specifically, but the orange eating in general, because I eat a lot of oranges just in general. And they're not good for my stomach, and I have stomach problems. So I've been told medically by a doctor that I should stop. However, I do have 2 at the ready, and if it's going badly, who knows? We'll just shove one in there. But as I get this up, let's have a look at some of these score predictions. 3-1 to the Hammers. 2-1, 3-1. All confidence, early doors. 1-1, 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. My giddy on. Lots of 2-0, 2-1 late winner from Manu, who'll bring on Lingard late to play the villain, says Jeffrey. Okay, fair enough. There we go. That's more, maybe a douse, just a little dose of realism there. 1-1, 2-0, 3. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. 3-1, 6-1. Massive West Ham win. Pete Gads, you were very confident, and I respect it. Man, like citric acid. Yeah, exactly that, bro. Exactly that. I was speaking to a doctor, my friend who was a doctor yesterday. He was like, bro, there's a lot of acid. You're attacking your stomach. You already have stomach issues that you have to take tablets for. But, you know, 1-0, 2-0. Some big ones here. Right, so the game is about to get underway. Like I said, if you were just here for the build-up, then thank you very much. Enjoy the game. I hope you all have a grand old time. That's where this comes from, Thomas. That's where this comes from. If you're all here, have a grand old time. If you're going away, enjoy the match. Hopefully a big result. I'm confident. Hope you are too. I'm going to go with... Do you know what? I'm going to say 2-2. That sounds unconfident, but I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say 2-2, and I think it's going to be like earned. I think we're going to be happy with that after it. That's what I'm going to say, but I'll let you know on my screen once we have kicked off, so you know exactly how far behind I am, which will be a certain amount, given the fact I am watching on Now TV's app, which is always about 800 years behind the actual television. For some reason, you pay for it, and yet somehow it's so far. It's so far. But yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. Oh, right. What I'm doing right now is I'm just having a couple little clicks around, right? Just seeing if I can find something a little bit quicker. We'll see though. We'll see. What I need to do, actually. That's a good shout, Charlie. We're about to kick off here. It's about to go wild. The teams have taken a knee. Teams are taking a knee. Manchester United to kick off. It's Bruno Fernandes standing over the ball with Cristiano Ronaldo, and we are underway here at the London Stadium. It is West Ham United hosting Manchester United in the Premier League. Big plays right now. Big plays. Scary. We'll see what happens. Early doors, Manchester United getting a kick off is. I tell you what, this team, man, this Man United team, they just have a lot of good players, don't they? Like, you can't say they don't. They just have a lot of good players, and you can't say they don't. Let me go. I look at that side, and I'm thinking Pogba. I'm seeing Jeffrey. It's a good shot. It's because it had to be. I was a bit late. I don't know if you noticed. I was a bit late today. So that's a good question. Actually, we'll ask that while the game gets underway and the teams start to do some bits and pieces. Where are you watching from today? I am watching from a cloudy North London. Let's go with cloudy. I haven't looked outside today. Just noticed the wetness. A cloudy North London today. Where are you watching from? Sorry, the stream's very constrained. It was very constrained today, time wise, because I was a bit late. Because I had to sort out some stuff. So I didn't have time to say everything as per usual. But where are you watching from today? What the heck is Man United playing Fred for? He's just not a good player, says Stephen. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I don't know who else they could. I guess you could play Pogba deeper and try and figure something out. I don't know. I think you want to play Pogba further forward, and so in that sense, probably you put Fred in. And Fred has his moments. Like, I'm not saying Fred is a bad player. Actually, I think Fred is an inconsistent player. I would say that Fred is definitely an inconsistent player. Kevin, good afternoon. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Hope things are all good for you. Let's have a look. Where are we watching from? Trinidad still. Mate, shout out. What's the weather like, Matthew, in Trinidad? I bet it's better than where I am right now. A different Matthew says Australia, Melbourne, Brisbane, Australia. Down the highway from Matthew. Fair. Greenville, North Carolina in the US of mother freaking A. Shout out. Yokohama, Japan. Yeah. It's Jason sick. You know, Jason. I don't know if I've seen Yokohama, Japan before. I don't know. I'm a forgetful guy, so if I'm forgetting Jason, I apologize. But my God. I'm very jealous. I'm just thinking of the holiday to Japan I was meant to have taken. And then the virus. Western Australia, gold mine. On a gold mine. You're just living on a gold mine. It's corner to Manchester United, by the way, on the left-hand side. Perth, West Australia, a little town in Yorkshire. Keithley, you're just a small town in Yorkshire. You're just a small... That's a very specific reference, but shout out Keithley. What we got? Gothenburg, Sweden. Yeah. Played in by Luke Shaw. Header. McTominay there, gets underneath it. Very big looping one up over the bar. No stress. Gothenburg, Sweden, Northern Ireland. Sunny here. It's sunny. I suspected it would be, Matthew. Mallorca, East London, says Moe's. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Sunny Mill Hill East. Shout out to the Central line. You know? Very warm line. My God, am I glad I haven't taken that line in like 2 years, because Jesus. Neil Mount Magnet, mate. I'm assuming they're talking about where exactly they are. Which is fair enough. Mount Magnet, what a name for a mountain that is. Balmy Chadwell Heath says Duvet Dancer. I hope it's all right there. Hope it's nice. Hope it's nice and balmy. I suspect I'm gonna get very hot under the light, but as I usually do. And I'm wearing this t-shirt's very tight. It was just the one that was clean, so that was a mistake on my behalf. I think West Ham and Manchester United are both playing for something big. West Ham to get in the top four, Man United to keep the number one spot. I mean, that's a good point. Both teams have a lot to gain from this game. Neither team are going to want to take it casually. Paul Pogba's down currently. He's having a bit of a struggle. But yeah, both teams have got a lot to play for here. And it's Kurt Zuma and Paul Pogba who clash. France on France. Both people trying to get to the ball. Kurt Zuma at a little bit of a stretch, just ends up treading on his toe. Nothing meant of it, but at the same time, you know, he wasn't sad it happened. Let's put it that way. My kitchen, says Andy. Good to see you. Make a cup and drink. I've got a cup of tea here. I haven't drunk it the entire time. It's just been sitting here. Disgraceful. Bremen. There's a Bremen outside Atlanta, Georgia. Is there? I mean, I guess there's a lot of places in America that are named after European places, but I did not know there was a Bremen. Fair. Canberra approaching midnight. Good work, Evan. Good work. You'd be miles ahead, wouldn't you? Flipping heck. So would the person in Japan, I guess. McTominay will be a big plus to Ollie's system. I like McTominay, man. I get why he gets got at, but I do like McTominay. I do like McTominay. Doesn't hold a candle to Ilford. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Maybe I should stop romanticizing my trip to Japan. Then I'll stop romanticizing my trip to Japan. Charlie Caesar's Canning Town, Lasimouth. Don't know where that is. How's Canning Town today, Charlie? By the way, didn't know it was a Bremen in Georgia. Yeah, neither did I. Wild, right? Good hit. He did get in there, didn't he? He did get in there. Hope Pogba takes the rest of the day off. Listen, he can just have a little sit down if he wants at the sideline, has a little relax. He's one of those people. When it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? When it happens, it happens. Is Kurt good? Listen, he's fine. He's fine. The collision was very much Pogba got on the worst of it. Kurt Zuma continued to stand up. He just trod on his toe, and then Zuma carried on trying to defend the ball, but Pogba went down. A drop ball, West Ham regained possession from it. Why has already started, Fred? Big Nick, mate. Your guess is as good as mine. Central line is on point these days, Charlie. Listen, Fred. I don't know whether that's true, mate. It's just too warm. That's the only problem with it. I like the central line, but it's too warm. Like, the amount of times I'm going to, like, say, York Hall and Bethnal Green, and it'll be, like, just after work time, packed in, rush hour. It's the most horrendous experience. You know? You have to go down, you get on it from Holborn. Oh, I think it's Holborn. Not about it, mate. Too warm. I have to get water in there in the middle of winter just in case I die. I really think West Ham are getting to the point where they're getting the respect they deserve, says Stephen. I think that's a fair point. I think we're certainly looking more and more dangerous, and teams aren't coming to us confident anymore. That's a big thing. That's a very big thing. Shaw and Pablo Fornal is just having a little tussle there, of which Shaw wins a free kick. A little bit pulling. 9 a.m. in a proper part of Australia. All of you lot are watching it at some wild time. To be fair, 2 p.m. for me, a 2 p.m. kickoff is basically 9 a.m. You know? It's basically 9 a.m. We can't lie about it. Midlothian, Scotland, United Kingdom, Europe, Earth. Yes, Harry. Big plays. West Ham playing it around at the back here. Kurt Zuma, interestingly, taking up the right centre-back position with Ogbonna taking up the left, which is the opposite to where Kurt Zuma was playing midweek. He was playing at the left centre-back position with Diop on the right. So we'll see how that goes. That's a good ball through from Fernandez. A little bit of a rangefinder there, looking for Greenwood. What's this? Mason. I was just trying to say Marcus there. Mason Greenwood. One of those little reverse slotted through balls that Bruno Fernandes is so good, but it was a little bit heavy, maybe a little bit close to goal in the end, but it was a nice opportunity for Manchester United there, at least looking to try and find their way and starting to go through the gears a little bit. I'm interested to see a little bit more to sort of figure out who exactly is playing up front. I think it is Jared Bowen. He seems to be the person at the point of it all anyway, at the tip of it. I suspect he's the one. Well, I don't suspect. I can see he's the one who's in that role. With Pablo Fornal on the left-hand side, Ben Rama in the center, and I think Vlasic just around, I think is the way, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's Fornal's on the right. I don't know. We'd have to have a double check. No, it is Fornal's on the right. I'm wrong. So the way we've lined up, as it looks right now, is Ben Rama on the left, Fornal's on the right, Vlasic is the central of the three, and Jared Bowen on point as the striker. Although we'll see how this plays out. That's a good ball out to the left-hand side towards Luke Shaw from Manchester United. He plays it in. Kurt Zuma does well to deal with that. It was a bit awkward for him, and he manages to get it relatively out, and West Ham regain possession of the ball. Play it back. I'll tell you what, though. Good clearance from Kurt Zuma. Under pressure there. A very awkward one for him to take, but he does well. CW, trying to help me make a channel like this for New Charlotte FC that opens up next year. Listen, Jeffrey, if you want help, mate, I'm more than happy to help you out, you know. We rep it. If there's some way for me to watch the Charlotte FC games, we'll get involved. Let's go. Radwan looking forward to the match. There's a link in a Discord below in a bit called Streamlinks. Go click there, have a gander. And hey, if you it's also on Sky Sports in the UK, and I believe NBCSN in the States. NBCSN in the States. Harry says, did you know I play for Armston Rangers? I don't even know what Armston Rangers are, but if you're playing for them, fair play, bruv. Get in there. What position are we saying? West Ham United on the attack now, down the left-hand side. Deep ball in from, I think it was Vlasic who played the ball in. No, it was Aaron Cresswell. That makes more sense. Aaron Cresswell was a deep ball in, but straight into the hands of De Gea. Pogba does well to keep possession of the ball there. He was under tight pressure there, just a little cheeky 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes, and he keeps the ball. Unsurprisingly, it's Paul Pogba in the end. Manchester United. What I like about them from a United's perspective, they're getting very close to each other. So they're able to play a lot of close passing. They're not at stretch a lot of the time. A lot of the time when they're in their build-up phase, there's a lot of sort of netball play, where you have one person, you have another person running behind them, they sort of move around. There's not a lot of there's no stress. They're keeping possession of the ball relatively well. But we have forced them back with that pressing style once more. They are back in their own half again. Fred, Maguire, Varane passing it around at the moment. Again, it's not a huge press. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here. Actually, it looks like Vlasic might be the one playing out on the left with Ben Rama just behind Bowen. Let's see how this plays out in the long term. Just FYI, that looks the way it's playing out currently. But again, it's this mild pressing. I had a conversation with someone on Twitter about this during the week who was saying that because I was talking about how both the goals against Zagreb came from pressing from West Ham. And he was like, as if it came from pressing, it was a poor pass. And I'm like, yes, I'm not sitting here saying it's a gegenpress, Jurgen Klopp, heavy metal football, insane press. That's not what I'm saying here. But as a unit, our front three tend to move forward as a unit and put pressure on them, reduce the options. And that's huge. That's a huge thing for us to do because it used to be, if yesterday, this is a good 1-2, sure can't quite get there and it goes out. It used to be from yesteryear that Robert Snodgrass would just endlessly chase the ball around like a headless chicken, non-stop, just running, right? And that's fair enough, but it was never effective. You're never going to force anyone into us to make one person just headless chicken chasing the ball. What we see now, what Moyes has got the team doing now is all three together move forward and sort of start to give people, reduce the options, just be aware, be in the passing lanes. And so that means that when there is a poor pass, because they're under pressure, because they don't have any more choices, and Antonio capitalizes, that's good. And we're doing the same thing again here. We're moving forward, we're pressing ever so slightly, just reducing those options when it's appropriate. And we forced Manchester United all the way back. That's a good thing. Not dissing Snodders at all. Love the guy. Absolutely adore the guy. It was more just that he was doing something completely pointless. Everyone else would be sitting and he would just sprint after the ball. And that's fair enough. Go hog wild, mate. But if you're sprinting after it by yourself and the defender passes from one centre-back to the other centre-back, you know? Solar says, I love your watch-alongs. I'm a massive West Ham. What is your passion and hobbies outside of YouTube? Thank you very much, Salah, for a start. Thank you very much. I'm big into games. Playing Deathloop at the moment. Big into games. Wrestling, big into wrestling. Yeah, if you want to know my other things, follow me on Twitter at @atoplad. I basically tweet about everything but West Ham to some extent. Right wing back, says Harry. Is that what you're playing for the Onston Rangers? Fair play. Complex position, complex position. People often look at it as if it's easier than a straight fullback, but I don't think that's true. Corner for Manchester United, out on the right-hand side. We're getting some big boys forward. You're getting your Pogbas, your Varans, your tall blokes in there. Luke Shaw stepping up to take it from the right-hand side. Put in. It's a decent one. Headed away from Kurt Zouma. Zuma does well. That was well done here. That was well done. Kurt Zuma's he's barking out instructions there as well. West Ham have forced Manchester United all the way back to David De Gea here. Pablo Fornals is absolutely gunning for it. Good defending. Good defending from West Ham. And good to see Kurt Zuma stepping up and shouting, giving some instructions as well. You love to see it. Bruno Fernandes, though, is on the ball on the left-hand side. He plays it into a good position. He was looking for Greenwood, couldn't quite find him, headed away from Aaron Cresswell. Manchester United retain possession of the ball, playing it around just outside the area on the right-hand side by the corner flag. They've gone slightly further back now, but still in possession of the ball. There was a moment where Ben Rama could have stole it, but then ball played in. Everyone seems to have gone down there. Bruno Fernandes is frustrated. I don't think there's anything he could say about that. The ball got played in from deep. Bruno Fernandes was there battling with, it looked like Kufau and Zuma. Yeah, it was. As Fred pings the ball across. Okay, I see what's happened there. Bruno Fernandes has tripped over Sufal behind him. There's no foul, but the reason Bruno Fernandes was complaining is because Zuma almost trods on his head a little bit. Tough. The guy who played Boise passed away today from cancer. May he rest in peace. Really? I did not know that. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. And he had that other show as well, the Boise spin-off show. I mean, that's how big that character was. This game is boring. Seems West Ham have no threat without Antonio. We'll give it time. Give it time, Ed. Give it time. We'll get there. You know? We're only 15 minutes and 55, 56, 57 seconds in. You know, give it time. Give it time. The green grass, that was it, Peter. Yes, thank you. That was it. I knew it was Maguire's made a mistake here. Ben Rama finds Bowen, hits it. Block. That is an excellent block from Eric Bailly. Flipping heck. West Ham almost sneaking in there. This is big plays. Big plays, ladies and gentlemen. Down the right-hand side, Maguire makes a mistake and Ben Rama and Bowen collectively manage to sort of sneak it off him. It's played into Bowen, who's just outside the 6-yard box, hits it, and it's an excellent block from Eric Bailly. Not quite on the line, but he's done well there. He's done well. Ronaldo with what was going to be described as a terrible touch. Declan Rice is the one who benefits from it. West Ham maintain possession of the ball in Manchester United's half, trying to build their way forward again. The crowd are into this here. This is good from West Ham United. We're seeing the system work. We're seeing the pressing work. It's not firing all cylinders just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Just realized my Spotify's on in the background. I've been wondering what that noise was the entire time. I've just realized. Kufal out on the right hand side by the corner flag, looking to play a 1-2. Jared Bowen, who pulls it back and plays it across goal. Souček hits it with his weak foot from just outside the area, drags it slightly wide of the right hand post. Not a bad opportunity, though. Not a bad opportunity. There was a couple of chances there where it could have gone slightly differently, but we're looking at the Maguire mistake. He's trying his hardest to battle off Bowen, and he does well, but Ben Rama just completely blindsides him. Oh, do you know what? Looking at it, it's not as good a block as I thought it was. So Maguire's holding off Bowen by the corner flag, and Ben Rama just comes and sneaks in. He doesn't even know he's there. Bowen just mishits the shot. It comes to him in a really good position. He completely mishits it, and I think it hits Varane in the stomach. It's not as good a block as it looked like at the time. If anything, it was a missed opportunity for Jared Bowen. But again, West Ham we're doing what's necessary here. We're doing what's necessary. Lots of pressing, lots of pushing, and again, we're seeing us force Man United into these sort of errors that we did with Zagreb and we have with other teams. They're pushing them. They're pushing them now. West Ham are going to score today. I believe that so far, Pierre. I can't lie. I think we're looking at it. Does this channel not make ad revenue? It does, Sam. It does make ad revenue. If you're saying, are the ads on? That's a good question. I didn't set up the video. I would suspect they are, but yes, do make ad revenue. We do. What am I saying? I saw something there and I've missed it. I've missed it. Yeah, it was going well wide. I see that now. Suburban Sasquatch. I didn't at the time. From first look from me, it looked good, but now you see the replay. It was going well wide. Zuma looking very good, says Ray. I agree. I think he's looking decent so far. He's decent so far. Wally, I'll get to you in a second. The ball's played across from West Ham. Jared just underneath it, can't quite get there. Pogba's the one on the opposite side who collects it. Now Man United play the ball out. Ronaldo getting involved in play quite deep there. Ronaldo getting taken down by Pablo Fornells, much to the joy of the West Ham faithful. Wally, good to see you. I found you. Did you get it? Sorry, I'm sure you hear that all the time. I apologize. Hey, by Cool Stream, a game clock would be a useful addition. It would be. I agree. The software that we use does not allow it, unfortunately, or at least not in the way I would be happy with. I could do it. Right, let me try something. And I want this is for you lot in the chat to decide whether you prefer what I'm about to do or whether you're not. Because the game clock thing, I would want to do it, right? It's just we can't do it in the way that I would prefer it to look like. Because we use StreamYard as opposed to say an OBS or a Streamlabs or something like that, which I would want to move to, but it's a conversation for a different time. So I could do this, right, as an option. This is an option. I want to know what you lot feel about this as an option, okay? How would you feel about this being on the screen at all times? Let's do this. Let's do this. How would you feel if I did something like that? And then the timer was like that. Would this be something you would... Do you think this is better or worse? Live chat, let me know how you feel. Played in, headed away from Rafael Varane. West Ham again, putting him under pressure. Jared Bowen's there. Bowen hits it. Save with his feet by De Gea. Hit again for the follow-up. Souček just over. Hit strongly, but not quite. Not quite, but the crowd are very hyped right now. The crowd are very hyped. These are good opportunities for West Ham. They're playing the ball forward. They're trying hard. They're moving. Kufau plays it across. He was looking for Vlasic on the far side. Couldn't quite find it. The ball bounces around a bit, and Bowen does really well to he nutmegs McTominay on the control. Ends up popping off a shot. De Gea saves it full stretch with his right foot, and Souček blasts it over. It's good. It's good. How do we feel about this so far, Stephen? He says he really likes that. Let me know how you feel. Would this be something you would all prefer to be on screen? Because if so, I'm happy to defer to you lot, and you lot can go for it. I personally, like I said, I used to have a different system where I could have a much more accurate and nice looking clock. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. So if you would like this to stay, let me know. I've got 2 yeses so far. We'll keep it for now. If you think it doesn't look good, let me know as well. If it would be a touch smaller, that would be perfect. Yeah, that's the annoying thing, is I can't make it any smaller, I don't think. What if I did this? Let's test this. I've never tried this, but let's see if I did this. Nope, that's just crazy talk, apparently. Let's make this really small, right? Then we go like this. We go like this. And we go like this. Wouldn't mind if that. I'm just trying to see what happens now. I have no idea. Colourful prints. If you're looking for a link to the live stream, check link in the description below. Can you go forward in time by a minute? I wish I could. Bro. I wish I could. If you move the scorecard underneath the clock, it would be nice. Yeah, I wish I could. I'm pushing this system to its limits right now. Pushing the system to its limits. What would it do if I did this? What if I did? No, that's not something you can do. Okay. I'm just pressing buttons here. We'll leave it. I'll tell you what. We'll leave it like this for now. Not like that. That's insane, Charlie. We'll leave it like this for now, and we'll revisit it. I'll have a little look in a bit. Let's concentrate on the match for a while. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's what it is. But West Ham are on the breakaway here. They've got Jared Bowen's making a good run, but Harry Maguire's just slightly ahead of him. Doesn't quite have that pace. Frustrating. Jersey Boy. This is an outrageous shout I need to look into. If you want it to look like OBS, you can use OBS Virtual Cam for StreamYard. It's what I use for all my watch-alongs. Jersey Boy, you raise an excellent point. Ronaldo, good chance. Saved by Fabianski. Jersey Boy, what do you mean by OBS Virtual Cam? Explain to me what that means, because that sounds like it could be exactly what I'm looking for right now. I didn't know this existed. Manchester United counter-attacking after our counter-attack. Ronaldo picks the ball out far on the left-hand side, steps up to Kufau, a couple of step-overs. He doesn't try to take it past. He just tries to bend it around him. Couldn't quite get there. I think the idea is nice. However, that one icon alone is kind of bland. If there was a timer and maybe a map of the team lineup on the side, then yeah, or something else to fill dead space. Yeah, that's my frustration. That could be something I look into. I don't know. Let me see what Jersey Boy thinks, because the thing is, this OBS virtual cam thing literally sounds like what I need. Because I used to run. So if you're a long time watcher of the watch alongs, you will remember that I used to run them. They used to look different, right? And that's because I did it through StreamYard. I did it through OBS. So that meant I could have a fully customized layout and everything I want. But now we do it through StreamYard. It just reduces my options. So we'll see. Fabianski, Poland. Exactly, lad. Yes. Good to see you. What's the clock countdown to the end of days? Yes. We're currently 25 minutes away from the end of the world. West Ham had a good opportunity here and a decent. Funal's just crowded out a little bit there. He didn't really have much option. Pogba was all over him. Declan Rice takes out Fernandez again, much to the joy of West Ham, the West Ham fans. Referee plays waves play on, not plays wave on, waves play on. And Manchester United slow the ball down again. West Ham getting good into good defensive positions here. This is the thing you should say. West Ham getting into very good defensive positions. It helps out a lot, is what I'm saying. It helps out a lot. I'll tweet at you, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way. Basically, use your camera as OBS. So let's say you have OBS set up like you normally do. Ooh. When you're on StreamYard, it's set up, basically set up your camera. Mate, at A Top Lad on Twitter, hit me up, because that sounds like it could be exactly everything I've ever wanted in my entire life. So hit me up at A Top Lad, because that sounds perfect. When you're in StreamYard, to set up a virtual cam, basically select your camera from webcam to OBS. Yes, Jersey boy, my dude, at A Top Lad on Twitter, hit me up, because this sounds like the most perfect thing ever. Stephen is asking me if I can give a shout out to his friend, Mr. Dover. He's a huge West Ham fan. Hello, Ben. I hope you're well. Come on, you irons and all that good stuff. I'll leave this here for now, because it's what the people want, or at least so you can see it. But we'll look into this. Jersey boy might have just made all of our lives better. That might have been just what happened here. Manchester United with the corner kick on the right hand side. Luke Shaw to take it. He puts it again into a good position. Luke Shaw's corners have been good. Hit off the post. My giddy aunt. Played back in from Luke Shaw. Over to the far side. He was looking for Bruno Fernandes. The ball came across. It was a deep corner. His corners have been pretty good today, Luke Shaw, to be fair. It ends up landing at the feet of Bruno Fernandes, who takes control, hits it. I think it either deflects off a defender. My gut wants to say Kurt Zuma, or potentially Fabianski gets a touch, but it's touched onto the post. It goes out. And Manchester United maintain possession of the ball. They're still in a good position here, but that was incredibly close from Manchester United. Ronaldo getting involved in the build-up on the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka now they're just by the corner flag. Ronaldo step-overs, finds Greenwood. Manchester United again. West Ham are in good position here. They've absolutely flooded the boxes. Good position. Hit from range from Shaw. Fabianski, solid save. Jersey boy, I will give me a second. Give me a second, lad. Jersey boy, what's your Twitter? I'll follow you back now. What hit from Bruno Fernandes is Fabianski who makes the save. Cresswell is there to head it, maybe, so it probably might not have gone on anyway. But Fabianski flies through, absolutely flies through, and one hand puts Bruno Fernandes' shot onto the post. You love to see it. You love to see it. Where's the Fab? That was he's doing great. Look, the thing is, I think it's respectable, right? I think it's respectable. Look, he isn't as good as he once was. But he's still Fabian. He's still Fabianski. He's still pretty good. You know? Dark Knight 78. Did I go to uni? Did I heck? Did I heck? I dropped out of college and then became an accountant. That's my life. That's my life for you. There you go. Judas, who again gets a bad rap, but I quite like Judas. Judas is all right by me. Say hello to Claire for me if you're doing shout outs, please. Shout out Claire. Big up Judas. Let's go. Big place. Jersey, thank you so much. I will look at it. I'll look at it at halftime. If I'm not on the stream at halftime, I might be. And if not, I'll look at it full time. But you may have done a big thing for me. You may have. But West Ham are playing the ball forward here. Declan Rice lays it out wide to Kuthal. Got enough numbers forward as well. That's what's impressive today as well. We're not only getting good numbers back, but we're also getting good numbers forward. Fornals lays it short. Oh, good play. Jared Bowen on the edge. Lays it short. Deflects. Goal! Who hit it? I couldn't see. It's Syed Benrahma with the goal. That was a deflection. And it ends up going in. It's Syed Benrahma scores. It's West Ham United 1, Man United 0. I don't know what happened. I couldn't see who it deflected off of, but I will take that. I will take that all day. I tell you what, I'm going to say, I think we deserve this so far. I'm not going to say we've been outright better than them, but we've been playing well enough to make this an opportunity. Fornals plays it into Kufau, who lays it back heels it to Bowen, who's on the edge of the area, lays it short to, it's a big deflection, I think, off Varane. He lays it short to Benrahma, who's right in the center of goal on the D of the area. He lays it up, tries to put it in one corner of the net, the top right-hand corner. It takes a massive deflection off Varane, and it may end up being an own goal if that wasn't on target. Ends up going in the right-hand side. It's West Ham United 1. It's Manchester United 0, and it's a grand old time. It's a grand old time. Oh, the thing is, right, we been under the cosh for a lot of this? We definitely have. I'm not going to sit here and act like we haven't. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and act like we haven't been under the pressure, under the cosh, under just in a difficult time. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and act like that isn't the case. However, you look at it and you say we've defended well, we've got back in numbers, we've had a lot of numbers back. And on top of that, when we've attacked, we've got the numbers we need forward. This has been a really solid performance from West Ham. It's not been lightning. It's not been the most crazy thing you've ever seen in your life. However, it has certainly been a decent enough performance to where you would say this isn't unfair. This isn't unfair. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0. Good times. Played into the box. Kurt Zouma heads it away. Does well. Manchester United again retaining possession of the ball. That's well worked, to be fair. Fernandez chips it across to the back post, looking for Shaw. Can't quite get there. Ronaldo can't adjust himself at all, and it's wide, high and wide. We are massive, Joan. We are massive. Correct. As a Man United fan, West Ham have played really fucking well. Thank you, Stephen. I didn't know you were a Man United fan as well, but fair enough. Yeah. I think we have. I think both teams have been good enough to be in the lead. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Man United have been bad by any stretch of imagination, or West Ham have been miles ahead of them. But it's just a case of West Ham have done enough to make this a possibility, I think. Would have been handball anyway, I guess. Squeaky bum time already. I mean, we move. West Ham pretend to be there. Says, "Oh, Blackberry, oh Blackberry, welcome to my singing stream. You're welcome. Listen, we do it. Ronaldo's through here. This is a good opportunity. Kufau and Zouma defending really well there. There was a moment there where Ronaldo looked like he could be one-on-one with Fabianski, and if he hit it earlier with his weaker foot, it might have been a big problem for West Ham. Wan-Bissaka tries it. Good save, Fabianski. Just it's down low next to him. Not the most difficult thing you've ever seen, but he does solidly. There was a moment there where Ronaldo was through. He could have hit it with his weak foot, and I think he probably should have. However, he decided against that. He decided to go for a... He decided to try something a bit different. He might have been offside, to be fair. And Soufal recovers brilliantly, slides in to stop him, and then Zouma, who's also recovering, slides in, stops him. And it's well defended by West Ham. It's a corner. Man United have been good from corners so far today. Luke Shaw's been good. He plays it in. Headed away. West Ham trying to hook it away desperately. Can't get anything on it. Manchester United maintain possession of the ball. Bruno Fernandes, that's a good ball. Ronaldo, save on the follow-up. 1-1. 1-1. Iffy clearance. I've just seen said by Evan there. Yep, Evan, you're entirely right. An iffy clearance. And punished. Like I said, it's not like Man United have been bad by any stretch of imagination. It's not like West Ham have been blitzing Man United by any stretch of imagination. It's just a case of that West Ham have put themselves in a good enough position, a strong enough position to make this a possibility. And we see what happens on the other side of it. Bruno Fernandes is a great ball in, to be fair. I mean, Ronaldo's arms are straying offside. I don't know whether you count that or not. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like it's offside to me. We'll see. I suspect it's a goal. But you have to say it's a great ball by Bruno Fernandes into Ronaldo, who makes the good run. He makes the space he needs. And then although his first shot was a bit dodgy, the second one on the follow-up was far from it. Follow-up. He hits it. It's in the feet. It's into the palms of Fabianski. and then he just taps it home by himself. Easy enough. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 1. It's lighting up this game right now. We're seeing like, is death fair? Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. DC Sport just says no. Respect it. I respect that sort of reaction to the goal. Just no. But back to square one. But it was a square where we were doing very well. And let's be fair, Jeffrey. Let's be fair. It's Jeffrey. I just said, I don't know why I said Jeffrey there. Jeff. Let's be fair. We've been doing well. We've been doing well. We need to keep pressure on. I agree. Montgomery. What a name you have, by the way. What a name. This tea's getting cold. I need to just down it. I apologize. Let me just... It was getting cold. It needed to be done. You know? It needed to be on. You can call me Jeffrey. Like, I'll call you Jeff. I don't know why I defaulted to Jeffrey. It's because me and my friends know someone called Jeffrey, and so my brain instantly went into Jeffrey mode. I apologize. Jeff, listen. Jeff. In my opinion, we're doing too much ball watching, and Man United's movement will undo us. Potentially, I think, Chippy, I don't disagree with you. But I think we're getting the numbers back, and we're organised enough to where we sort of can do that. But I don't necessarily disagree with you. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm trying to think how you affect that, right? I'm trying to think how you affect that. And there's also a different Jeffrey. You can call me Jeff. Jeffrey, whatever you want me to call you, I'll call you. Or whatever you want me to call you, I'll call you. Keeper's fault, should have put Areola in goal. Harsh, Vinny. Harsh. I saw Anthony say that as well. Maybe harsh. I think it comes at him so quickly. It's just a case of stopping it. But Ronaldo's the one who reacts quickly to it, right? The cross from Fernandes, I'm seeing it now, is very, very good. Right into the path of Ronaldo. His first hit is like, it's just what is possible to do. You could maybe make the argument that Fabianski could keep hold of it, but I would consider that maybe slightly harsh. So for now, we'll keep it. We'll I see what D Swiss was talking about. He's talking about the timer now. We'll see. I will now call you Susan from now on, Duvet. I mean Susan. You will now be Susan from now. As long as I remember, you will be Susan. And by as long as I remember, I mean almost certainly the next 10 minutes or so. Give me a second. Everything's just crashing on my screen. We're having a big old struggle here. Both teams are wearing their hearts on their sleeves. They are going for it. You have to respect it. Vlasic, Bowen look lost. I think Bowen, I wouldn't say looks lost. I think Vlasic is in a position where he's not used to playing. From what I know of Vlasic, and again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert. It's a good opportunity for Manchester United. They're in here. Cleared away. It's a throw-in. A throw-in in a very good position. It's not a case of, I don't think Vlasic is playing in a position that's not useful for him. Or not used to, right? From what I know, when I spoke to at Croatian Footy on Twitter, at Croatia Footy on Twitter, great podcast, go check them out. When I spoke to them about Vlasic, he was saying how he felt like Vlasic's best role and his position was behind the striker. Today, he's being asked to play a wide left position, which maybe isn't something that he's necessarily used to. It's not that he can't play out wide. He certainly has in the past. But he also has to do a lot of defensive work. And he's coming from teams where he might not necessarily need to do a lot of defensive work. And so I wouldn't say he looks lost as such, but it's certainly not ideal for us to buy a guy who's like one of the highest scoring attacking players in the league that he was in, playing in a very attacking role and ask him to do a lot of defensive work. Bowen does brilliantly there. Fair play, Jared Bowen, who's then absolutely cleared out by Luke Shaw, but he does He does fantastically. Bowen there taking on. He's smiling because he knows he's just taken on. He's taken on. I don't know who it was. It was Ronaldo and Shaw, and he's taking it round Ronaldo like Ronaldo would take it round someone else. You've got to respect it. You've got to respect it. But again, and with Bowen, when you're looking at Bowen, it's a case of he's also being asked to play a role he's not used to. This isn't something he wants to do either. He doesn't want to play that lone striker role. Like Mikel Antonio can only play that really through sort of sheer willpower and slight luck to an extent. He's not. It's not something that you want Jarrod Bowen would probably ideally want to be doing. So I don't want to say he's lost there either because I think it's a bit harsh. Still a good game. Still unbeaten. Have to keep it second half, not like last season. Yeah, exactly, Glenn. I agree. Don't worry, Moyes is going to send our Antonio understudy boss, Manchester United defenders, hold the ball up for us. It's frustrating, mate. It's frustrating. Ronaldo hits it. Save from Fabianski. It's frustrating. It is very frustrating, but what can you do? Like, I could talk about the fact we don't have a backup striker till I'm blue in the face. I think it's incredible, but Fabianski making a good save there from Ronaldo, who hits it hard and low across him. It was a difficult position from Ronaldo, but Fabianski does get down fast and well to stop that from going in. Played out wide now. Cresswell on the overlap. He's got the time and space. Wan-Bissaka's not anywhere close to him. He's going to put that ball in. He does. Vlasic. Over. Good opportunity. Wan-Bissaka there deciding to stay more central as opposed to coming close to Aaron Cresswell. He's staying within the box. Aaron Cresswell does that cross that he likes to do from a slightly deeper position. That one, if anything, more forward than it usually is. And he puts it into a very nice place. Vlasic, it would have been a lot from Vlasic to score from there, but he does well. But it's over. But it is over. Vlasic should have buried that. I think it may be a bit difficult for him to it wasn't an outrageously good chance. But wasn't an outrageously good chance, but it wasn't like he potentially could have got it on target, but it wasn't an outrageously good chance or anything. He'd have to do a lot from there, is my opinion. Man United now on the attack is very end-to-end this game at the moment. Greenwood's trying to loft it in towards Ronaldo. Can't find him. Rice, Benrahma trying to just wobble the ball forward, and he wins a free kick. He wins a free kick against, I think, either Fred or Fernandez. I couldn't see which one it was exactly. West Ham trying to play the ball forward there. Couldn't quite get a nice flow together, but there was an opportunity there, a moment where they could make it. Out to Cristiano Ronaldo on the left-hand side. Shaw, who's had a good game, to be fair to him. Into Ronaldo. He's going to cut into a strong foot and shoot. We know what he's like. Ronaldo doing about 800 step-overs in the face of Kurt Zouma and then ends up passing it sideways. Big Declan Rice vibes from him there. And again, the sort of reduction of options, the tight defending that we've done all game and that we've done all season, and I think we've been pretty good at forcing Manchester United further and further back. They're back on the halfway line now. It's good. It's good defensive work. It might not be what we all want to see. It might not be the most exciting thing to watch in the world, but it is good defensive work. Greenwood trying to work his way centrally. Plays it to Shaw, who's very high and central. Manchester United now just passing the ball around the box, looking for any sort of opportunity to get forward. Maguire, they're just passing it. Manchester United are consistently getting pushed back here from good defending. We're reducing their movements. Pogba does well here. Hits it with his weak foot. Wide af from Paul Pogba. Good defending. Again, it might not be the most beautiful football you've ever seen in your life. It might not be the West Ham way or whatever you want to say, right? Let's be fair, okay? But at the same time, this is very good defending. We're packing out the area. lots of people back, lots of people in good, strong positions, and we just keep, and then we just float them slightly further back. We keep pushing them back to the line, and we're not allowing them the space and time to really get an opportunity. The Ronaldo one's been a notable exception in that sense. It's a corner from Manchester United on the left-hand side. Ronaldo just tried to shoulder it in. Cristiano Ronaldo, ladies and gentlemen, trying. The corner wasn't great though. Was probably Shaw's poorest cross of the half. Flipping heck, it almost went in there. I didn't say anything much because I didn't expect it. But Bruno Fernandes was out on the right-hand side and sort of just tries to hook in across under a lot of pressure from Cresswell, basically on the line. And it ends up swerving back towards goal, I think by accident. And Fabianski ends up having to palm it over. I wasn't expecting it, but it was there. We are almost at the end of this first half. It's plus 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. So a minute left. Corner to Manchester United. Played in by Fernandes this time instead of Luke Shaw. Headed away. Manchester United maintain possession, but they've lost it there. Poor pass from Fred. Cresswell battling for it. Does well. Fair play, Aaron Cresswell. Into the assistant, Ben Rama spreads it out. Vlasic, can he get there before it goes out? He does. He's by the right-hand corner flag now. Vlasic plays it across. Just no one there for a cross like that. No one there for a cross like that. West Ham do maintain possession of the ball, but annoyingly, not much to go. Can't stick back against a team like Manchester United. Wrong tactics, in my opinion. Agreed. Need a high press. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. We'll see. We can talk about it more in a second. As West Ham are on the attack here, Fornals just outside the area, spreads the ball across to Kufau, who has all the time and space in the world, plays it back across. He's looking for Bowen, but again, it's not quite fit firing on all cylinders there. And the halftime whistle goes, and the score here is West Ham United 1, Manchester United 1. And I don't know how you all feel, but I'd kind of take it. I kind of would take it. It's not ideal. Obviously, we were leading and everything else. It's not like we were sitting here going, "Oh my God, we couldn't be losing or we couldn't be winning." But I think I'd take that. Man United probably on balance have been the better of the two teams, potentially. I think would be the better of the two teams. Not by much, though. Not by much. I don't think 1-1 is an unfair scoreline, but certainly they've probably been the better two teams. But I've been impressed by West Ham in a lot of ways. I've been impressed by the defending. They've been resolute. They've been packing out the area. There's been a lot of sitting deep and just controlling. Not a lot of wild stepping out. There's been times where we've been a little bit out of position, but we've recovered well from them. But most of the time, we've defended pretty well. I mean, to go back to that comment that we pulled up just before, I said I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Let me see. Smeagol, 316, like Austin, says, can't sit back against a team like Manchester United. Wrong tactics, in my opinion. And I agree more with Jeffrey. I agree more with Jeffrey Sterling, or Jeff. This is actually good. It looks more like Moyes is attempting to find a way. I think I agree with that. Kira says sometimes you have to be willing to defend disgustingly. You've got to revel in the disgustingness of it all. Very much so. I feel like that's a needed performance. Okay, like again, I'm someone who I want the West Ham way. Right, I love seeing attacking football, fast passing, all of that stuff. I want to see us gunning for it. You know, Bilic's first season. That's ideal Charlie Walsh football. Okay, but today what we've seen is what's necessary against Manchester United. And I think we're sort of seeing rewards from it to an extent. We're playing, we're dropping deep, we're compressing a lot, you know, and when we are defending, we're getting enough people back fast enough. And when we are attacking, for the first half at least, when we were attacking, we were getting the numbers forward again. I think towards the end, when Man United were starting to gain a little bit more traction, we weren't perhaps getting enough numbers forward. But over the course of the half, I still think we're doing well enough in that. It might not be. We might be a bit passive. As Darren says here, we might be passive, okay? But to an extent, I think we were always going to do this. I was scared about this game. I can't lie. Before I saw the lineups, I was concerned. And the reason for that is David Moyes' head seems to be gone against Manchester United. Every time we play Manchester United, he seems to just lose it and doesn't know what to do. It's weird, but it is true. However, I can't lie. This has been a very good performance from us. This has been a very good performance for us. Again, it's not super exciting. We're not sitting here. We're not unlucky to not be battering Manchester United kind of performance, but it's the kind of workman-like, structured performance that you can build off against a very good side. Again, I know we don't want to talk about it, but let's look at that Manchester United team. You're seeing Pogba, Fernandes, Greenwood, Ronaldo. These are all very good attacking players. And yes, it's frustrating that we conceded right after we scored. That's maybe the most frustrating part about it. But it's not exactly a bad team by any stretch of imagination, and we are taking it to them without a striker. We only have one striker, and he's the guy who's really made everything happen for us over the past 2 years, right? We don't have him, and yet we're still taking it to this Manchester United team. And to be honest with you, I think 1-1 is probably fair at this point. Is probably fair. How do you feel? Let me know. Let's go through some of your comments. That's how I'm vibing. That's how I'm vibing. I tell you what, I'll put on, if you're feeling subs, for example, I'll put on the West Ham subs bench. There you go. Just in case you want a reminder. Ariella, Fredericks, Dawson, Diop, Masuaku, Krau, no ball, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, just in case you're vibing it. But yeah, I think we're doing all right. Let's have a look. Onion Guy says if they didn't have one of the best players of all time, it would be nothing. I think that's probably a bit unfair. Onion, they do have a very good side. They even have Jadon Sancho on the bench, for Christ's sake. But he was the reason that got the goal. That little bit of movement and that fast reaction to the mistake from Fabianski is the reason. Fabs is playing well. I think he's playing well. Look, then outside the goal, and even then, I don't know how much I actually blame him for the goal. I think he's playing all right. And ultimately, their goal doesn't just come from his mistake. There was also a lot of bad clearances in the build-up to that. That wasn't a Roberto performance. I don't think anything was, to be fair. I don't think anyone was, to be fair. Let's see. Here you go. Komodo Dragon says, ultimately, you have to judge us over a year, 6 months. The last week, the last 45 minutes, we haven't been great every minute of every game, but you can't ask for much more. I think that's probably fair. That's probably not sure. Not sure. Crash should mark CR7. Me neither. But I think that was more his positioning as opposed to man marking. To be fair, I think we zonal mark most of the time. To be fair, I might be wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You lot are smarter than I am. Bone is also playing very well. I agree. At one point, Bone took it round Ronaldo, got taken out by Shaw, and the camera zoomed in on him, and he just smiled because he'd just taken on and beaten Ronaldo. I think Bone's playing very well. He's being asked to do a very difficult thing in a position he's not super used to, and I think actually the performance we're seeing from Jared Bone is pretty darn good. You have to give it its respect. Fredericks for Cresswell, Vlasic for Yarmo. Some big subs there, Barry. Some big subs. I don't know if I can back them, but I respect you going all out for it. I respect you going all out. Shows you how far we've come. He has his first 11 out. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. I mean, you want to benchmark performance. You're looking at this Man United performance, really. I mean, this is the team who were already looking like they could potentially challenge for a title, although it might be difficult. And then they added Ronaldo. They have Cristiano Ronaldo up front. And a lot of other players you would consider world class to some extent or another. Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba. You're looking at Greenwood, who's an incredibly exciting young talent. This is not a bad team, and it shows you how far we've come. That actually we're holding them pretty strongly to a 1-1 draw right now. Susan says, Fabio was disappointed that the ball didn't stick. It was so close to him, he didn't have time to react. I think that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I'd want to rewatch it a couple of times just to see, because I haven't really been focusing too much on it. But I kind of agree with you. Leonardo, I think that's not a mistake. He needed to put the reaction save to it. Unfortunately, it went back there. Other shots probably would have been in. Fab's done well. Glad he started. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's given everything that was being discussed about whether it would be Fabianski and whether it would be Areola, it's been a good performance from Fabianski today. It's been a good performance. I'm probably repaying David Moyes' decision to play him to some extent, at least. Jason says, need to stop them getting so many shots. Can't see us outscoring them if we don't. Yes, I agree. I think we're doing as best we can in that regard. We're packing out the box. We're reducing the opportunities. You're looking at, say, the Pogba shot that went wide, which deflected out for a corner. I mean, where was he going to score? There's been times where Ronaldo's had to try and bend it round two people and Fabianski just to get it in. We're doing all right in that regard, I think, but I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Schizo says, I still feel we have the team to win this. So do I, Schizo. So do I, 100%. I genuinely do. It feels weird for me to say. If you lot, again, have been here since the beginning of the watch-alongs, you'll know I'm far from David Moyes' biggest fan. And yet I am still confident that we have a chance here, that we have a chance that we could step up. We can step up and get into this and actually take a result from it. I don't think we are far from out of this game. We are far from out of this game. Tim says, just me by the sounds of things. Tim, what did you say? Let me scroll up and see if I can see your... Is it just me or are others frustrated with Bowen? The thing is, Tim, this is how I would word it for myself. I'm frustrated that Jarrod Bowen has to play this role. I would have preferred us, and I think I've just seen flipping Nick come up on my screen. It's Nick! Sorry. Sorry. I definitely don't have the NBCSN stream up, and they have that bit where they show fans watching the game, and I've just seen flipping Nick pop up. I know. Sorry, I got very excited. I just saw someone I knew. Yeah, I think it's frustrating that Bowen has to play this role, right? Without a second choice striker, Bowen is the guy that David Moyes has shown he has the most trust and the most belief can play the role Antonio does. And it's frustrating that he has to play that role. Do I think he is being as good as Antonio would have been? No. Am I happy with the performance he's put in? Definitely. I'm definitely happy with the performance he's put in because it's a tough thing to do what he's trying to do. So I'm happy with it. Daniel's asking for a decent stream. My friend, I do have one for you. First of all, it's on Sky Sports in the UK. It is on NBCSN in America, but if not, Daniel, there are places you can see it. Lovely community. Go check it out. Join it. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. I meant to click off your comment and not the other thing. There we go. Barry. No, not Nick from West Ham Fan TV. Although again, if I saw Nikki, I would have got equally excited. My old season ticket was basically next to Nikki. No, it wasn't Nikki. It was someone else. Someone else I know. Ben Rama needs to see more of the ball. I think it's frustrating that I want to get those front three in more. You know, I want to see them getting the ball more. We've counterattacked well, and it's kind of a performance more reminiscent of West Ham last season, where we have a lot of people back with defending and then we're breaking with pace. But that sort of means that you're gonna see a lack of ball time for Vlasic, for Ben Rama, for Fornals to some extent. You're going to see them only getting the ball when it makes perfect sense for them to get the ball. We're not getting a lot of people in and around that area. And to that end, it's a bit frustrating because I want to see them get more. Like Vlasic, for example, is asking to play a very difficult role. This, conversely, would be the perfect game for Jesse Lingard. Because it's that sort of style of play that suits him when we have the pitch ahead of us, when we're playing this sort of counter-attacking football. This is what it works. But I want to see them get more of the ball. Just see what it is. Komodo says, I'm frustrated that he's not at Kane, Salah, Antonio levels, but I think he's done well. I think that's fair. I think that's done well. Let's have a look. What are we saying? Swap Bowen and Vlasic. We need Bowen picking pockets. It might be something to try. I would be tempted not to do it just because I think Bowen's played so well in that attacking role or done so much in that attacking role. You know, I think he's done as much as he can do. So it would be, I'd be tempted to swap it just to see what Vlasic would be like in that role. And we know what Bowen can do defensively. You then can shift Fornals out to the left. You put Bowen on the right. We can sort of have that going. But at the same time, maybe you do that. Maybe you do that. I said do. Maybe you do that. Because then you know defensively that works out. You know attacking wise they can hit on the counter attack those people because they did it all last season, and then you hope Vlasic can do it. Maybe that is a shout. Tony Boy, what subs are you expecting from Moyes? I'm personally expecting none, but chat, if you would like any substitutions, again, I'll put them back on the screen. Ariella, Fredericks, Dawson, Diop, Masuaku, Crown, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko. Let me know. Would you like any substitutions? You can say no, that is an answer. But if you say yes, let me know who you'd sub for. I personally wouldn't make any yet. I'll stick, if we're doing sub bingo, I would stick with my 69 minutes. And I would say Yarmolenko for someone. I don't know who. Mr. Pardew's here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Give me your expert analysis on the game so far. If you've managed to watch it, I know a busy man like you might not be able to see every minute of every game. You know, I know you try. But if you have seen it, let me know. Noble on for Rice, 89th minute. I'm just getting Noble on more. Get him on more. Come on. Last season, I was so hyped when he came on at the midweek. I just wanted to see it. Just lovely. Just lovely. Tim says Fab will need to be player of the match if we are to win this. I see them getting quite a few more shots on goal. I agree. I think they're going to get a lot more shots on goal. And I think Fabianski has what it takes. I think he's had a good performance so far today. Like I say, goal aside, I think he's had a good performance. And again, goal, I still don't think he could have done much more. David G. Hammer, will you take a point now, Charlie? Yeah. Yeah, I think I would. And I don't think I'd be... If the second half played out exactly how the first half played out, I would be happy with a point because I would be happy with the performance, you know? And so if we get a point from that, then fair enough, but I'd be happy with the performance if it plays out the exact same way. So yeah, I probably would. If you'd asked me if I'd take a point before the game, I probably would have said yes. But if you say, would I be entirely shocked if we won this game? The answer would be no. I think there's something there for us. I do think there's something there for us. Lanzini for Vlasic at some point says T-Pop Pixie. I think Arthur will con at some point, asks Thunder and Joy. Yarmolenko for Bowen at the 80th minute. If we're still in it, says Tim. That's fair. Yarmo for Vlasic, 80th minute, still 1-1. Go for the win or sit back for a draw. Go for the win always. Listen. I'm one of those people. You go to win. You go out to win every single game, no matter who it's against. That's my opinion on life. And so I would defo step up. Will Moyes do that? He definitely won't. But I would. I 100% would. Pardew with his expert analysis. Up and down. Both teams had chances at this point. It's anyone's game. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Wise one. Midfielder from midfielder, 75th minute. Yeah, probably. Anyone else sick of Pogba cheating, diving, and fouling? I don't think I didn't notice much of it in that half, let's say. But you know, I quite like Pogba. To be fair, I think Pogba's pretty good. Ronaldo can't possibly play the whole 90 minutes. I think he probably can. Has he been playing the 90 minutes? Sharp fitness look. Does anyone know? Has he been playing the full 90 minutes? I've only seen Man United on Match of the Day, and I've not been concentrating on whether he's been playing the full 90 minutes or not. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the guy's fit AF. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't surprise me if he plays full 9 minutes. Second half is about to kick off here. If you're only here for the halftime stuff, thank you very much for coming. Remember, like the video if you're enjoying it, subscribe if you're new around here. We do watch-alongs every single match day, all of them. Every single one I am here doing this. So come get involved. I'd love for you to be involved. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/housechat is a thing you can look at if you wish to. We'll be live throughout the rest of this half, and then at full time, Gonzo will be doing his live match review on this very channel. If you're watching the stream, I will put the link in the chat. So you just have to click it. You don't have to do any work whatsoever. I make it as easy as possible for you. But hey, if not, come back to the channel, check your sub box, all that good stuff. Gonzo will be live at full time. Thank you very much. If you're going back to watch the second half, come on, you wines. I'm hoping we're going to get some big dub here. I think it's not unsurprisingly, maybe a big dub on the cards. Let's have a look. Timer's back, ladies and gentlemen. Timer is back. We're going to keep it like this for the rest of today. We may change it at some point, but it is what it is. We are underway in the second half here. It is West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0. And it's not out of our hands yet. It's not out of our hands yet. Barry says he'd try Fornals where Bowen is. Interesting. I don't know if Fornals has the finishing to do that. That Bowen's definitely a better finisher than Fornals, than Fornals. But you know, I don't know. He came off in Champions League. He looked very tired. Okay, good to know. Then maybe he does have to drop. Hopefully Ronaldo's on a contract to just play one half. Didn't he do that at some point? Wasn't there something where he played like in a preseason game? He only played like one half or something. I can't remember. There was some news story I remember a while back from it. Manchester United is a great opportunity. Cristiano Ronaldo. Saved by Fabianski. Flipping heck. My giddy aunt. Manchester United taking advantage of sloppy West Ham play there with some nice pressing from Luke Shaw, who's having a good game, into the feet of Fernandez, who just opens up his body, lays it through to Ronaldo, who threw one-on-one with Fabianski, hits it. Fabianski comes out strong, gets his foot to it. Ronaldo's annoyed he didn't score there, and he must do. Fabianski's done very well there. Fair play, Fabianski. Corner from Manchester United. Luke Shaw is back on the corners now, right-hand side. He's been very good at corners today, only one bad one. Put that one in again. It's a decent-ish position, maybe a bit further than you want. Ronaldo hits it, it's blocked, and now West Ham have the opportunity to counter-attack. Jarrod Bowen on the ball. Plays it just a bit too far ahead of Kufal, who does very well. Vlad does brilliantly there. Fair play into Fornals, who tries to play it from Kufal, who's gone the entire length of the pitch. And West Ham on a corner. Vladimir Coufal. What a boy. That was fantastic work. The ball originally from, I think it was Jarrod Bowen, looked a bit too far ahead. It looked like he wasn't going to get it, but he did not give up. And him and Fred come. Fred looks like it's Fred's to lose. And Coufal slides in to keep the ball, knocks it forward. He then receives, again, another through ball, slightly too far ahead of Coufal, but he keeps running and earns a corner. That's brilliant work. That is brilliant work. I'm seeing calls to get the oranges out. All right, give me a minute. Played in. Headed out from Maguire. West Ham maintain possession. Bowen does well. Out on the right-hand side. Tries to bend it in. That was never happening. That was never happening. Right. I've heard calls for the oranges. They're happening. Give me a sec here. I'm dropping things. The oranges are out, people. The oranges are out. An orange and a Nick goal for an orange. Yeah. We're getting involved. Fabianski, man of the match at the moment, says Nick. Fair. You know, I think he's having a good game. I do think he's having a good game. Again, goal aside, I think he's having a good game. I'm just going to peel this in the meantime. Manchester United building up play here. And again, West Ham getting a lot of numbers back, and they look structured. When we defend, we do sort of turn into a five at the back. Bowen gets so deep that we do kind of change to a five at the back. Ben Rama doing well battling there, trying to get hold of the ball. Souček ends up getting a touch. Poor pass looking for Declan Rice. It was a little bit sloppy. Greenwood regains possession of the ball. West Ham get it away. Another bad pass, but Vlasic does well to pick it up. And West Ham play it across to the other side. Fornals is charging for it. Wan-Bissaka just beats him for pace, unsurprisingly. It's a good try, though. It's a good try. Good try. I'm just de-peeling the orange, people. Actually, not screw it. Let's just go in, shall we? Oh. The thing is, I love oranges, but the way I eat them on this stream is just wrong. Oh. There we go. Come on, the boys. Played in from Luke Shaw from a corner. On the left-hand side, Maguire stands tall, headers it wide. Exactly, Jeff. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. All right. There we go. Maguire has a slab head. He does, but it's effective. You can't act like it's not effective. West Ham under the cosh a little bit here. We're not. It's not like we're not stretching them. We are. Obviously, we've had a corner so far in this half, but we need to get forward a little bit better, which we have done here. Jarrod Bowen out on the right-hand side. Plays across with his weak foot for Fornals. Tries something spectacular. He didn't know that I think Ben Rama or Vlasic was behind him. And he tried the spectacular back heel, but couldn't quite manage it. Bowen, all the time space in the world on the right-hand side. Shaw can't get back in time. I tell you what, Shaw is in a position where he's so far forward. And that we need to be taking more advantage of that. We need Jarrod Bowen drifting out onto that right-hand side, finding some space out there, I think. But Man United attack really. I tell you what, it's been an end-to-end game to some extent, to be fair. Pogba hits it from range. Miles off. Sobha. Now I'm bringing this up not because of their comment, because whatever. Pez. Yes, Sobha. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Corner to Manchester United. Out on the right-hand side. Luke Shaw going across there. We need to be taking more advantage of how far forward Luke Shaw's getting. I want to see Jared Bowen drifting out, because Jared Bowen is the most advanced person as the sort of auxiliary forward in this system. I want to see him drifting out into that right-hand side. Maybe if the play goes over there with Sufal or something, and just start getting balls into that area, because he's so far forward that we're going to be able to take advantage. Header, goal kick. Goal kick from the corner. Disappointed from a Manchester United perspective. Again, it's another decent corner from Luke Shaw, put into a decent area, but they just can't make anything happen. And in that instance, they've done exactly what I've been saying they did. It was a quick throw. Fred and Sufal. Fred just acting like a little bit of a bitch there. Yeah, it was a quick goal kick taken from Fabianski into that space where Bowen had taken up exactly what I just said, because Luke Shaw was taking a corner. It's probably a smart thing to do. Didn't quite work out, but we did have a throw in, and we do have possession of the ball. Big long ball, looking for Vlasic. Oh, it was close. It was close. De Gea has to come right out to the edge of the area to collect it, and there was a moment where I thought Vlasic might be able to sneak in there, but it was close. But yeah, Luke Shaw gets so far forward. So far forward. It's a thing. It's a thing. We're really one-dimensional without Antonio. I think we're one-dimensional with Antonio. To be fair, it's not. I don't think what we're seeing from this is a result of Antonio. I think it's a result of playing against Manchester United. I don't think the setup and the play and everything else is because we don't have Mikel Antonio, although that obviously will affect it to some extent. It's because we're playing Manchester United. That's the bigger problem. And Jared Bowen just isn't as good an outball as Mikel Antonio is. You can't just punt it and he will probably get there. Jeff's feeling the pressure. I agree, mate. So am I a little bit. I can't lie. So am I. Yeah. Sloppy. Sloppy is the way I would describe our passing right now. It's frustrating. Ronaldo's had 7 shots today. 5 of them have been on target. Mad. McTominay and 70 mil for Rice. I'm going to annoy people and say I would definitely take that, but yeah, we move. Manchester United have the ball. They're passing it around. Out to Luke Shaw again on that left-hand side. He gets so far forward. He gets so central as well, does Luke Shaw. He doesn't just... It's not like Cresswell, who stays... sort of knows his range and then doesn't go any further forward than that and stays out wide, touch tight out wide. Luke Shaw gets really high. He reminds me of Leighton Baines a lot, when Leighton Baines was playing for Everton. And he would underlap all of the time. He'd get really central a lot. He reminds me a lot of that. But don't get me wrong, both Man United fullbacks are getting quite far forward here. But Luke Shaw is notably getting a lot of the ball, which isn't allowing him to defend as fast as possible. We should be able to get into there. He's tried to play the ball in towards Ronaldo. I can't quite find him. And West Ham regain possession with Declan Rice. Now we have to make the most of this. He's not got the options. He's forced to play it short to Cresswell. Vlasic being pulled a little bit by Wan-Bissaka there, but ends up going down. Nothing given. Man United continue. Ogbonna stops the pass to Greenwood there. Well, it was an opportunity. It was a slight twinge in the bum there, but no, we're good. I've said that out loud. Jesus Christ, what the... Yeah. Nick says you definitely make more mistakes against big teams. Same thing happens to me in table footy against world class opposition. You get sweaty palms on your chances because you get so few comparatively. Yeah, Yeah, and if you're playing table football, sweaty palms is the worst thing in the world. You don't want sweaty palms. Jesse Lingard is warming up there, gets clapped by everyone. Yeah, we need to find a way of counter-attacking more consistently here. This is good here, and Bowen again has pulled out onto that right-hand side. He goes for goal. Jared, that's greedy from you, mate. That's greedy. Kafal plays it in. He's looking for... He was looking for Vlasic, I guess, but there was zero chance. Bowen, man, that was too greedy. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. He drifted out onto that right-hand side where the space is. He had the time. He pulls... and he's good. He's like Robin, right? He can cut inside on that left-hand foot. He's gunning for it, but at the same time, fam, just frustrating. You have options in the center, pass it to them. Sorry if you heard that. I punched the mic by mistake. If you have options, pass it to them, lay it into them. Don't just go for goal like that from a difficult angle. Annoying. West Ham have possession though still, but those are the sort of problems where that's that sort of sweaty palms moment Nick was talking about. That's that sort of sweaty palms moment where there is definitely better options, but he sort of panics and just goes for it. Now, I'm going to call it greed as opposed to that, but at the same time, we can be nice and say that. Frustrating. Declan Rice, not a great pass there, loses possession of the ball for West Ham. Played it out high and wide. Ronaldo nods it back down towards Pogba. We need to regain our foot in this game a little bit. I need to regain my foot. Kyrikos says, Charlie, I love you so much that I rewound my stream, even though that past minute had bored me the first time around. Thank you. I appreciate that. Get involved with the slightly slower time. You know what I mean? Bo just never makes the right decision. I think he just goes for goal too often, and I respect it, but he does. He is a bit hoarse with the blinkers at times and only has eyes for the goal, which can be a bit disappointing. Manchester United can't really build up plays, just not happening there and there. It goes out. Percent are worried about Such. Is Suchek's form worrying anyone? No, I think when you play a 4-2-3-1, just naturally he's going to get less opportunities to score because we have too many people ahead of him. Before, when we were playing the 5 at the back, and it was a 3-4-3, if you want to put it that way or whatever, there was space for him to move into because there was no one there. So he was naturally going to get forward in more aggressive positions and find more from it. Whereas now with the 4-2-3-1, there's more people ahead of him, so he's not going to get forward as much. I don't think he's necessarily out of form, but it doesn't suit him as much as the 3-4-3 did. It didn't suit him as much as the 3-4-3 did. You know, when you play higher level, we have to bring grips for the ball. Can't swear on you. It's a great shout. It's an excellent shout. I'm just surprised I didn't think about that. Because we should. We're going to hit him with a 10-minute blitz. That's what I like to see. Scott, come on. That's what I like to see. That's the vibe I'm going for. Big plays. Big late plays. I respect it. Here we go. Corner from Manchester United again on that other side. Yes, another corner played in, headed away from Thomas Souček under the pressure from Paul Pogba. Fornals battling with the ball, trying to get it forward. Poor pass from Luke Shaw, who's still over on that right-hand side from the corner. Again, we need to be making the most out of that. Fernandez tried to go for it. It deflects out. It's another corner for Manchester United. That's 9, I believe. It's 9, says Stevie B. I trust Stevie B. 9 corners. 9 corners. Kyrikos Souček was so good last year. It's hard to replicate. I think he's caught teams by surprise. I also think he's playing a slightly different role as Rice is playing much more of a ball carrier at times. That's also very true. Yeah, he's definitely stepping back to allow Rice to go forward more often, which in my mind is a mistake, but fair. I think that's a fair point. Corner for Manchester United. Once again, Luke Shaw playing it in deeper. That wasn't a great corner that time. Very deep. If anything, Bruno Fernandes was the guy who was going to get his head on it. Fernandes up 1-on-1 against Bowen, wins a throw-in. Poor corner from Luke Shaw there. Poor corner. Barry says he's just glad that we're not getting mullered, holding our own, still at 1-1. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's
I don't think we're being absolutely destroyed here yet or anything. Pogba lays it short to McTominay, takes it round Rice quite easily, but Kurt Zuma does well. Kurt Zuma, come on, boy, come on. Vlasic, 1-2 with Fornals. Really struggles to say that. Plays it out wide. Cresswell's there. Has Benrahma ahead of him. Finds him. Cresswell looking for the overlap. Benrahma decides to take it inwards. Has to let fly. Completely conks whoever that was out. Who's gone down with a head injury. It's Scott McTominay who's gone down. Benrahma's absolutely pelted that one. And McTominay he's fallen like, when a boxer goes down when they just can't stand anymore, when they've been clogged. It's like that. Absolutely pelted off the dome. No messing. You know what I mean? It was wild. Benrahma, again, you could probably accuse of a similar thing to Jarrod Bowen there. Maybe a little bit selfish. Maybe could have passed it. There weren't some unreal options, but maybe you play it across to Rice and try to play it across. But he unleashes a hell of a shot, and it absolutely clonks Scott McTominay on the dome, who goes down, and play has to stop because of it. Man United were in possession though, so it's not like we benefit from it massively. Man United were in possession and looked like they were about to start a counter attack. So if anything, it's bad for them. We need to switch to a 4-4-2, betting off Crowell on or Lanzini on Bowen and Vlasic up top. Is an interesting shout, Mandy. I can't lie. It's an interesting shout. Seeing the goal again, the West Ham goal there. Very lucky, I can't lie, but we'll take it all day, all night. Almighty TPS says, just come back from shopping. How are we doing? People, how do you feel like we're doing? Let TPS Almighty know. I would say we're doing all right. Man United are definitely the better team in the second half. But we still had notable chances that if we had a little bit more to us in that final third, if we made a slightly different pass here or there, it may have happened. But I think we're doing all right. How's everyone else thinking we're doing? Yarmolenko is about to come on for West Ham United here. He's stripped off. He's ready. I'd be interested to see who he comes off for, who would come on, where he would take up. Would he take up that striker role? Would he go out wide? Lots of interesting questions with Yarmolenko coming on here. Manchester United building the play down the right-hand side. Forced back again. Again, we've got into good defensive positions today. You'd suspect if we weren't so good defensively, they might have scored more. Fernandez, I think, trying to stop. No, it was Greenwood trying to start something. Couldn't quite do it. I said Yarmolenko last minute winner. Don't forget, you did say that, Nick. You did see that. Ronaldo getting involved deep again, finds Fernandez. Try to flick it through to Ronaldo. Zuma intercepts. Zuma's had a very good game today. Vlasic out wide, battling McTominay for it. Does well. Does very well, to be fair. Benrahma battling Fred. Those two have had a battle today. No foul. The home fans are angry. Played in towards Ronaldo. Couldn't quite find it. Zuma again. Just knocking it away. I tell you what, Zuma's been very good today. Zuma has been very good today. Played short to Ogbonna, out to Declan Rice. West Ham trying to go through the gears. There's not as many people getting forward now as were in the first half. In the first half, when we went forward, we got a lot of people in and around the box. We were doing decent here, but it just wasn't happening. It's just not happening right now. We've got enough people close and in around Bowen here. There's 4 in a very tight group. But it's not really giving us the passing options to move the ball in a progressive way. And we've been forced all the way back here by Man United to Fabianski. Declan Rice picks up the ball. Out to Cresswell on the left-hand side. Yarmolenko's just stood there waiting to come on again. I'm interested to see who he comes on for and in what position. Souček. Oh, It's a good ball by Thomas Souček forward to his checkmate. He plays it across, looking for Bowen. Can't quite find him. There's an opportunity here. It's close. It was close. It was close from West Ham United. Not quite to make it. It was a good ball by Thomas Souček out to the right-hand side. Played across from Soufal. There were options in the centre, but he couldn't quite be found. But it was inches away. Paul Pogba now having a bit of a Barney. Because who is it who went down? I think is it Kurt Zouma? Yeah, Kurt Zouma goes down under the challenge from Paul Pogba. And Pogba, very annoyed about the idea if he fouled someone there, which he did. So I don't know what he's complaining about. But so annoyed. He jumped. He was like, I did a jump. Mad. Yama likes a goal against the Man United ball. Let's flip it hope so. Wonderful left foot and door hinges for knees. Very much so, Scott. Very much so. But he does have that wonderful left foot. And we are making the substitution now. He is coming on for Nikola Vlasic. I'm not overly surprised. It's frustrating. I've just seen JPWHU TV in the crowd. I've just seen JPWHU TV in the crowd. Shout out JP. Why not? I'm not overly surprised that Vlasic is the one to make way. I feel like you put Yarmolenko up front, you put Jared Bowen on the right, you put Fornals on the left, and you let them go at it like that. We'll see if that's the way it plays out. But again, I'm not overly surprised. I think Vlasic has had a middling game, struggled at times. Struggled at times, but it's a shame. Legendary CR7 says, Viva Ronaldo, come on, Red Devils. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get involved. Short free kick taken by West Ham. Played in deep. Zuma's there. He's looking for the head. Can't quite find it. Thomas Souček on the opposite side tries to let it cross. Blocked by Manchester United. It wasn't an incredible cross or anything. Don't get me wrong, but still. West Ham possession of the ball. Oh, Benrahma. That was good. Is it? What? I thought it was a pen and the ref was giving it the other way. We need to re-see this. I suspect if it does go to VAR, I'll be interested to see what happens. But the referee has given it the other way. Does it go to VAR? I don't know. So Fornals gets the ball. He lays it into Benrahma, who the reverse pass is very good. And Thomas Souček's there. I don't know. I don't think there is VR, and play seems to be carrying on. I don't know about that one. It's difficult because I don't think Wan-Bissaka is trying to foul Thomas Souček. Equally, I think Thomas Souček isn't really trying to get involved with Wan-Bissaka. It's just a sort of collision. Is it a pen? I don't know. Let me put it this way. I've seen them given, but I don't know. Mitchell says that I have the luscious hair of Roman Reigns and the beard of Mick Foley and the belly of Mick Foley, if we're being honest about it, mate. And the belly of Mick Foley, if we're being honest. Get that big Mick Foley beard, come on. Jesse Lingard getting ready to come on, as is Jadon Sancho from Manchester United here. The inevitable winner, of course, will be scored by Jesse Lingard. That's just how fate works, isn't it? That's just how that goes. This has been the best case scenario so far. Kind of predictable, honestly. I agree, Jeffrey, to be honest with you. I agree. It's probably a fair shout. Kyrgios says he trips him before the ball gets to him. I would have given it, but I'm also extremely biased. Yeah, I mean, taking bias out of it, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it a couple more times to really decide. I can see why it's not being given. Let me put it that way. I can see why it's not being given. Yarmolenko has taken up that striker role. If you're wondering, Fornals has gone out left with Bowen out right. It's basically exactly what we would expect it to be. The exact same formation we usually play, except with Yarmolenko up front, as opposed to Mikel Antonio. But West Ham, the last kind of 5-10 minutes, been getting a little bit more into this game. Benrahma with a nice ball out to Kufal, who does manage to get control of it. Luke Shaw stepping up to him. Luke Shaw's had a good game today, to be fair. But Soufal does well. Looking for Cresswell, far post. Cross wasn't unreal, but still giving him something to think about. Benrahma. Passing the ball around here. Oh, Thomas. Benrahma hits it. I was so confounded by the touch there. I didn't realize what happened. Cresswell puts the ball back across the box. An overhead clearance from Cristiano Ronaldo. In what can only be described as, calm down, mate. Benrahma can't quite find a space in, but Yarmolenko getting involved in the build-up play. Yarmolenko's looked good since coming on, by the way. Nice little reverse pass through to Fornals. Can't quite make it, but Bowen battles for it, still trying to keep hold of the ball. A foul, according to the referee, to Manchester United, apparently. Don't understand that one. Don't understand that one. Yarmolenko, by the way, doing well. Fair to say. Yarmolenko doing well. Nice little flicks and touches, getting involved in the play. Is looking bright. Looking good for Yarmolenko so far coming on. Jadon Sancho coming on for Mason Greenwood here. And Paul Pogba making his way off for Jesse Lingard, returning to the London Stadium for the first time since sort of deciding that maybe he wants to stay, maybe he doesn't, and taking too long to make a decision. He has come on now for Paul Pogba. West Ham fans stand up and applaud him, of course. Fair play. Did incredibly well last season. We're seeing 9 goals and 4 assists in 16 Premier League appearances, according to the stat that's just flashed up on screen. Done very well. Can he get one today? Can he get one today? But Jadon Sancho also making his way on for Mason Greenwood. It's good progressive substitutions from Ollie there. Sancho, I'm interested to see how they both play. Both players who tend to play very well with the space in front of them. They're not going to get a lot of that right now, given how deep we're sitting. But we'll see. Played through, looking for. I think it was Jesse Lingard there, Manchester United, but Kurt Zuma clears it out again. I tell you what, Kurt Zuma's had a very, very good game today. Very good game. Manchester United with a throw-in on the left-hand side, looking to try and get the ball forward with some touch-type passing. Can't quite find it. West Ham harrying United. Again, now just the slight pressure. Declan Rice nips the ball off Ronaldo there, does brilliantly. Charging forward, he needs to let go of the ball. Wan-Bissaka's with him. There's other people there. He doesn't. Declan Rice should have done something with it. Hasn't by now, but he still maintained possession of the ball. Finds Yarmolenko, who tried something into the path of Jared Bowen. It doesn't quite work out. And Ronaldo, who has made yet another mistake, has lost out on the ball for the second time there. First time to Declan Rice, second time to Yarmolenko. Whips it in. Good. De Gea just comes out, claims it very well. And Manchester United are on a counter-attack here. Jadon Sancho. He has Bruno Fernandes alongside him, who has to hit it from range. He has no choice. He was completely crowded out by Kurt Zuma. Kurt Zuma does absolutely brilliantly, doesn't he? Fair play. Where can you watch this live? In the UK, it's on Sky Sports and on Now TV. If you are watching it in the US, it is on NBCSN. If you are looking for it elsewhere, link in the Discord below. There's a bit called Streamlinks. Have a gander there. CW just say Lingard would be let on to play the villain, and it would end. Depressingly, mate, you did. I'm scared. Big crossfield ball from West Ham now, looking for Vladimir Soufal. Bowen getting involved. I tell you what, we've looked decent since Yarmolenko's come on up front. Maybe that is the solution when Antonio's not there, but still. Because he's getting involved well. They're playing the ball around nicely. He's one-touch passing. We're seeing more of Benrahma since that's happened as well. Fornals back out on his natural left-hand side. We're looking decent. Declan Rice moving the ball forward, trying to get forward centrally there. Not happening. Fred's just stood him up. West Ham still maintain possession of the ball. Benrahma's on it, outside the area. Playing it across to Cresswell, who's on the left, looking for a cross. Maybe Benrahma trying to cross it. Maybe no. United are doing well here. They're defending in numbers. They're holding West Ham at bay. Every time West Ham get close to a cross, they're getting tighter to them, stopping them, which is something they weren't doing before. Fornals dinks it in towards Bowen. Back to Fornals, who slips. Unfortunately, there's no West Ham players to back him up, unfortunately. And now Manchester United try to break. Not with as much pace as previous. Jesse Lingard on the ball. 1-2 with Ronaldo. Not Ronaldo, Sancho. Where is Ronaldo? Oh, there he is. He's on the left. Luke Shaw. Out to that guy, Ronaldo. Who's gone down there. Referee says no. Referee says no. Much to the excitement of the home fans, the referee has said no because Cristiano Ronaldo has gone down in the area underneath a challenge of Vladimir Coufal, and the refs looked at him and instantly said no. We'll see the replay here. Ronaldo steps up to Coufal, cuts it one way or the other. Yeah, he's looking for it. There is contact, but he is looking for it. He's taken it past Coufal and he's just run straight into his leg. I think he could have avoided it. I see why the ref has said no. I see why the ref has said no. Again, you're looking at it, you're saying you've seen it given. I don't think it's necessarily a dive, but there's certainly some theatrics involved. He's definitely looking for it. He could have avoided it. He can complain as much as he likes, which he still is doing, by the way, just in case you're wondering. But yeah. Haters call it a dive. We don't care. I respect it, mate. I respect you. I respect you living your life. I'll respect it. Live your truth, mate. Live your truth, even if it's a lie. Headed away from a Man United cross from Thomas Souček. Man United have the ball just around the area. They're passing it around. They're trying to find a space. But again, West Ham have a lot of people back. Kurt Zouma again. Kurt Zouma, man. Kurt Happy Zouma. What a man. Has just consistently looked at Manchester United and said, no, you can't have it. You can't have it. Very well played by Kurt Zouma. You have to respect it. He's had such a good game today. Are West Ham playing well? I can't watch the match, says Matteo. I think they are, mate. I think they are. Don't get me wrong. It's been difficult at times, but I think they're playing well. As much as it's difficult going up against a team who are as good as Manchester United, and we are obviously on the back foot a lot of the time. I do think we are playing well, Matteo. I would say that. Let people in the chat let me know how you think West Ham are playing, and let Matteo know, I should say. Barry saying man of the match is Zouma so far. Man United kept the game. Yeah, I agree. Zouma is happy. Zouma is a good addition. Might as well get the best out of him. Yeah, I agree. West Ham almost getting a chance to go forward. They're not quite making the most of it. We're at the 79th minute. We're about to hit now. As you can see on the screen, I've just realized that exists, so I don't have to say that anymore. But 10 minutes to go plus stoppaging, 11 minutes to go plus stoppaging, and you've got to say either team could get a winner here. Either team could get a winner. There was a nice 5 to 10 minute period of pressure from West Ham for a while there, where we were doing really well. Manchester United have regained control of the game. West Ham are getting well, defending strong though. Defending strong. Wan-Bissaka tries to cut inside, can't quite find it. Fernandes can't find the ball in towards Ronaldo. Cleared away. And this is kind of what I was saying, right? Is like, it's interesting to me that they bring on Lingard and they bring on Sancho. They're both players who play better on the counter-attack when they have the space in front of them to run into the pitch, right? We know this from Lingard and we've seen it obviously time after time again with Sancho from Dortmund. That's not to say Jadon Sancho can't play the nice 1-2s, cannot get involved in intricate play. That's also not to say Jesse Lingard can't do that. But in reality, it is a case of them both being better with that style of football. Having said that, I don't know who else Man United had who they could bring on. Let me just look at the bench very quickly. De Gea under pressure because it's a West Ham corner here. Some pressure again from West Ham doing really well. I'm looking at that bench. I guess you could say Mata or Van de Beek potentially would be better options, but they went with the experience, I guess. West Ham corner from the right-hand side, Jared Bowen stepping up to take him. Here we go. Here we go. Good opportunity for West Ham from the corner. Played in. Looking for Souček. Can't quite find him. Fornals. Ooh. Fiery one from Fornals just outside the area. Glenn's here. My boy. Good to see you, Glenn. Come on, guys. Let's get the win. Exactly, lad. Exactly. I tell you what, Glenn. Kurt Zouma, mate. He's an absolute baller. If you haven't watched the entire game, Glenn, Kurt Zouma, that's what I have to say to you. He's been an absolute baller. By the way, if you're looking for good Arsenal videos, everything Arsenal, Glenn Kiley's channel. He's an absolute legend. Legend of the game. Beautiful man. And knows his stuff. Knows his stuff very well. I'd highly recommend it. Highly recommend. But Glenn, Zuma, man. Yes. Yes. For now, shot there from just outside the area. Flashed wide. Flashed wide. Close. Good opportunity. Didn't quite make it. Unfortunate for him. Unfortunate for him. Manchester United again. Sloppy from West Ham. Sloppy West Ham pressure. Well, I'll tell you what. It's not over. It is not over yet. It's not over yet. If we get a win, why would want Declan to join him? Just honestly, I mean, let's push for a winner. Come on, Noble. I've watched the whole game. Zuma and Rice. Zuma, bro. I'm so happy. Zuma and Ogbonna. Yes. Ogbonna there, just making a lovely interception. Who should be someone that could change the game? I mean, Lanzini has a game changer in him. We know that exists. You could, and then outside of that, you're maybe looking at Masuaku or Fredericks, maybe as an option to come on wide. If you want to take off Fornals or Bowen, you bring on one of those two on either side up forward, just to get the ball forward, progressing. Because they both have the pace, they both have the dribbling. Just let them at it, sort of thing. Maybe, but it's difficult at this point. Noble last 10 minutes asks Hero. Exactly. Big Hero moves from Hero. I respect it. Lanzini for Bowen, sending Barry potentially. He eats paella. He drinks Estrella. We're going to Vienna. Says xenophobic Smurf gameplay. What a name. What a wild name. Bring on Lanzini. Lanzini for Bowen. Lots of Lanzini love from the chat there. We need to sign a striker, and this match is typically wide, says Gary. I don't disagree with you, mate. To be fair. You don't have Antonio today, mate. No, we don't, Slim. We don't. He is after getting sent off in the last game, he cannot play today. He got sent off against whoever it was. Southampton? Was it Southampton, everyone? I've forgotten who we played already. Let's say Southampton, and then when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he got sent off, so he has a one-match ban. 2 yellows. Man United now playing the ball around, trying to get away. And again, West Ham's defending has been very resolute. Again, it's not... Look, it might not be the most exciting. It's a good ball in. Ronaldo trying to find his way in. He's now, again, moaning, as per usual. Shock, Ronaldo moaning. He's back, people. He's back in the Prem. The ball got played in there from the right-hand side, I think, by Jadon Sancho. Cresswell looked at him as if to say, really? I mean, don't get me wrong. Cresswell's hand and Ronaldo's hand were there, but it's not like it was enough to pull him down. But again, that's the kind of... It's good. It's good, ultimately, that Ronaldo feels the need to go down so easily to try and win this game. Let's be real. I'm fine with that. Keep going, mate. It's fine. As much as we might not want to see, or I might not want to see it. I'll be real. I might not want to see like a sort of all-out defensive performance. Like, it's not my vibe. This has been very good. It's been resolute AF. And I respect that. Lanzini coming on now for West Ham United. David Moyes and him having a little conversation. We know, listen, if there's one person we know can score an absolute belter last second to get a result, it's your boy, Manuel Lanzini. So we'll see. We'll see who he comes on for. It'll be interesting. I suspect it would be, my gut says it'll be Jarrod Bowen or Ben Rama. Jarrod Bowen's worked very, very hard all game. Very hard all game. And again, we've got a lot of games. We're playing Man United again midweek on Wednesday. So it's not like we don't have another game, so we don't have to rest people. There is an element of rotation that's probably needed at some stages. But Yarmolenko just keeping the centre backs from Manchester United occupied enough time to sort of give him a little bit. But that team press has sort of disappeared lately. Lingard does well, pulls it across, cleared away easily from Soufal. That sort of team press has gone a little bit. We aren't We aren't pressing them as much as we were, although we are a little bit here. But we are giving them a little bit, maybe too much. Manchester United currently have 60% possession. I'm maybe giving them a little bit too much. Centre-back partnership was class, bro. I'm so happy with it. I am so happy with it. It's so good. Zuma and Ogbonna is just, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Ogbonna does well to counsel that out. Cleared away. Yarmolenko knocks it out for a throw into Manchester United. And West Ham are going to make that substitution now. Here he comes. Manuel Lanzini coming. Oh, no. His first one is Fred for Matic for Manchester United. And then for West Ham, Said Benrahma is coming off for Manuel Lanzini. Unsurprising. Unsurprising. Matic coming on for Fred. I don't think Fred's played particularly well today. He's been... Does Matic help that? I guess just a bit of extra legs. A little bit extra control, I guess. I tell you what, would you take a draw at this point? Would you take a draw at this point? Jamie's asking for an orange. I don't actually have any left, mate. I have one left, but it looked dodgy af, and I do not want to eat that. I don't actually have any left. Otherwise, I would have oranged it up a little while ago. Slim, Dave Moyles. Listen, Dave's usually in here sometimes, so Dave could have read it. Dave has been in here before, so it's not unlikely. Good opportunity for Manchester United. Hit! Holy moly! It's Jesse Lingard who gets the goal. Disgustingly predictable. Jesse Lingard scores an absolute belter. An absolute belter. He doesn't celebrate. It was... Oh, you can't act surprised. You can't act surprised. It's West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. I tell you what, fair play. It's an absolute belter, isn't it? Absolute belter from Jesse Lingard. It's played into the feet of Jesse Lingard in the area. Zuma's standing him up. He gets a little bit of space. As he's sort of dribbling slightly away from goal, he gets a little bit of space. Declan Rice isn't there. Zuma's not there. And he unleashes an absolute pocket rocket into that top right-hand corner. Fair play. Fair play. Sometimes you have to just sit and you have to go, yeah, that's a game. That's a goal that deserves to win a game. And that is that, isn't it? That is that, unfortunately. It's West Ham United 1. It's Manchester United 2. And who was it who called it? Was it Jeffrey Stelly? Jeffrey, was it you said that? Because if so, you got it bang on. You got it bang on. Unfortunate. There you go. He's here. Do we deserve to lose this game? No. Is it unfair that we've lost it? Also, no. We've got 3 minutes now to get back into this. This is a good play. Souček looking for Yarmolenko. Can't quite find him. Good tackle on the edge of the area there. Manchester United play the ball away. Manchester play the ball away. Out to Ronaldo on the left. Zuma's up against him. Zuma says no. Cristiano, stop stepping up to the boy. He said no, fam. He's let one person go this entire game. It was Jesse Lingard. He blaps it into the top net. That's fine. Bruv, no, Cristiano. You can't do that to him. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's very keen on going down, is all I'll say. He's very keen on going down. Look. And the thing is, here's the problem with Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? This is all I'll say. Is that necessarily a penalty? Potentially. If he just carried on running like a normal human being, then it might have been a pen. Except what he decides to do is stop running and fall over before he's even touched. And that's your issue here, Cristiano, is you do it so often. I know you're listening, Cristiano. You do it so often that when you do, you could actually conceivably get a pen. You've been falling all over the shop and the referee's going to boy who cried wolf it, bruv. It's difficult. If he ran normally, then that was maybe a pen. Let's be real. That was maybe a pen. But guess what? He didn't. He decided to fall over before he was even touched. Doesn't matter. You're winning. Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? West Ham United. Oh, big calls for handball against Luke Shaw. Is this going to VAR? Yarmolenko was out on the right-hand side. He dinks it across, tries to put it in. I mean, it hits Luke Shaw's hand as clear as day. His arm is super out, which is another thing that's probably worth noting. Personally, I would say it's not a pen because it was too close to him when it was hit. That's my opinion. I've said that against us. I've said that for us. When it's hit from that closer position, I have the tendency to say it's not a penalty. But at the same time, that hits his hand about as clear as day. We're getting the VAR check currently. His arm was hella out. VAR. Referee's going to have a second look. I'm not looking at the chat for obvious reasons. But what I'll say is this. Luke Shaw's hand is in a weird position. It's sort of up like this. As Yarmolenko swings his foot, it does hit his hand clear as day, and his arm is like up here. Okay? So you can't act super complained about it, but decision penalty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to look at the chat. Because my goodness me, it is a penalty. Sub Mark Noble on quickly. Get him on. Do we even have a sub left? I don't care. Bring him on. The commentator here talking about how angry Manchester United are because they think they should have had a pen at the other end, and now they've gone up exactly. Oh, he is coming on. Mark Noble's coming on for Jared Bowen. Let him take it. It's a bad idea, but let him take it. Mark, if ever there was a time for Mark Noble, he's been given the ball. This couldn't have been written. Oh my God. Noble. He's going to get like one touch this game, and it's a pen. It's a pen of all things. To level the score, West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. This is going to be probably the last kick of the game. Mark Noble has been substituted on to take a penalty. It's like American football. Here we go. Mark Noble steps up. Saved. Oh my God. Flipping heck. What an absurd turn of events. Ronaldo's gone down yet again, obviously. My God. I can see the chat now, mate. Oh, yes, this is sort of... You can't... It's not funny, Ed, to be fair. It's not a great pen. I said it was a risk because he wasn't warmed up, and it wasn't a great pen from Mark Noble. He's taken significantly better pens in his life. But there is the final whistle, and it ends. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. De Gea making a save in the last second. The last second pen, which Mark Noble got subbed on to take. My giddy gosh. That's mad. That is truly mad. I don't even know what to say. Well, there you go. Live chat. While we wait for Gonzo to get his ready for the review, let me know who your man of the match of the game, your man of the match. Who is your man of the match? Let's decide who the live chat's man of the match is now. Let me know in the comments. Or whoever gets the most amount of votes by eyes will take it. My gut is Kurt Zuma for that performance. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But let's see. Slim Reaper says, I said you would get one chance, Chaz, and it would depend on who fell to. Yeah. That was what an end. Flipping hell. Mr. Pardew and David Moyes are not happy. Not happy in the chat. I'm not saying this because he missed it, but bringing on a guy just to take a penalty with their first touch is ludicrous. Yeah, I think that's kind of wild, but it happened. So close. So close. Let's see those live chat votes. We're seeing a lot of Zuma. Let's have a look. Is this the first one? Zuma, I think it is. Zuma, Pain, Zuma, Charlie Walsh. Thank you. What else are we saying? Zuma. Yeah, it's gonna be Zuma, isn't it? Zuma, Pain again. Pain's getting a good run in for man of the match. And to be fair, Pain has been putting their work in the last 5 minutes of that game. Man of the match, Zuma. Yeah, it is Kurt Zuma. Congratulations, Kurt Zuma, on winning the Hamish Chat live chat watch along man of the match. Congratulations. I would have said Zuma as well. Yeah, look, Zuma. Fair play. Lingard scores. Noble misses a penalty. Definition of heartbreak. Oh, it's rough, isn't it? It's rough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the live review with Gonzo is about to take place. Here is the link in the live chat now. Go forth. Try and just work through it with Gonzo. I'm sure we'd be pleased to see you. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're around here. Remember, I am live every single match day doing watch-alongs. Come get involved. I'd love to have you. Thank you all for coming. I genuinely appreciate it. But yeah, there is the review with Gonzo. Go check it out. Go forth and have a big old session to just sort of slightly get over it with him. And I hope you do. I will see you for the Wednesday. I'll see you for the game on Wednesday where we take on Manchester United again, and maybe a little chance of redemption. But we'll see. Thanks for coming, everyone. See you next time. Bye.